Juliet Charlie Flight 2024. Cleared for takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff. Juliet Charlie Flight 2024.
Going to be a jet sweep. It's going to bounce it to the outside. Uses that speed.
Room.
Spins off of one tackler. Still on his feet.
Still going.
Still going. Touchdown! James Clemens!
Yes, sir!
Welcome to James Clemens Football on PAS Plus. We'll be back with pre-flight coverage after this.
North Alabama Gas District has provided safe, reliable, and economical natural gas service to Madison and surrounding areas of Limestone County for over 40 years. However, accidents and leaks do sometimes occur. If you smell odors similar to rotten eggs or notice other possible signs of a gas leak, such as a fire or explosion, a blowing or hissing sound, or blowing dust or bubbling water, leave the area immediately, avoid ignition sources, warn others, and from a safe location, contact us immediately at 256-772-0227. And remember to call 811 before you dig. North Alabama Gas District, we take safety seriously. One of the worst feelings you can have is that of being stranded. Well, BT's Towing, Tire, and Truck Repair makes that a thing of the past, with 24/7 towing services and roadside assistance in the northern Alabama and southern Tennessee areas. But that's not all. They also offer truck and trailer repair, mobile welding, brake service and repair, new and used tires, and other major and minor repairs. Their name says it all. BT's Towing, Tire, and Truck Repair. For 24/7 response, call 497-8234. That's 497-8234. BT's Towing, Tire, and Truck Repair. Mellow, a state of mind, a culture, a way of being, and the philosophy behind Mellow Mushroom Pizza Bakers. Since 1974, their mission has been to provide delicious food in a fun and creative environment. The originators of hand-tossed, stone-baked classic Southern pizza, Mellow Mushroom makes their pies with high-quality, fresh ingredients to elevate the dining experience. So mellow out at Mellow Mushroom, a higher order of pizza, in Huntsville at 470 Providence, Maine, and 2230 Cecil Ashburn in Jones Valley. Welcome to the James Clemens Pre-Flight Show. I'm Tim Lambert. Tonight we're at Alabama A&M at Louis Crews Stadium as the Jets meet up with Grissom. The team hosted Huntsville last Friday and posted a 32-7 victory. Coach Chad McGee joined us on Saturday morning.
Coach, big win last night over those Huntsville Crimson Panthers. And even though it rained, y'all still pulled it out in a big way.
Yeah, I think just, important game in the region for us. And, and they had some momentum coming in 3-0. And, I was real proud of our kids. And, we had a homecoming and all the distractions that come along with that. And then the weather. So I was really pleased with that we were able to, go out and handle business.
Have you ever played in anything like it, coached or played in that too?
Well, I'll tell you what, 4 years ago, my first year of the Sparkman game was in October, was a complete monsoon. I don't know if you guys remember that Friday night.
Yes.
I'll take last night over that any day of the week.
Yeah, I can remember being in it. That was at Sparkman.
Yeah,
I remember being in that Sparkman press box, and it's not the most stable one anyway. And the wind just kind of rocking us back and forth. So, but that was a messy game last night. Not just the weather. I mean, penalties and other things.
Yeah,
going on.
Yeah, it's we had some holding calls there, and on both sides. So
yeah,
it was and then the weather, you throw it in there. But again, I'm just proud of our kids for staying focused and being able to pick up another region win.
And you got another one next week against Grissom. Is the game at Milton Franks or at Joe Davis?
It's at.
We're at Alabama A&M. I don't know what they.
Okay, yeah, Louis Crews. Just talk about. I know Huntsville played Grissom, I think, last week. So, what do you know about Grissom and this region game?
Had a chance to get into a little bit of Grissom this week, and they're pretty athletic, and they've got good size and good speed, and I think quarterback throws the ball really well. So it'll be, just like another week. We'll have to be really focused and on top of our game and be able to execute at a high level. I think their defensive line's really good and pretty physical and out front. Just kind of looking at it this week, just scanning it. Like I said, I told last night, our guys up front on the line are pretty good too. They want to ask me about this Power 5 defensive end or whatever. Well, I mean, man, our guys are pretty good too, so it doesn't affect us. So we're gonna run behind those guys.
Well, speaking of the defense, Miles Taylor was our player of the night last night. Talk about him.
Yeah, Miles is a senior that has. We're glad he came out. As a junior, and really athletic, and has kind of filled that role of, where we lost Mark Woods, who's at Jacksonville State now, and he's had to step up in that role, and he dropped him in a really good coverage call for that concept last night, and he took advantage of it and had a pick six.
Now, you were talking about playing at A&M next week. That is such a weird, or to me it is, stadium. The fans are so far back off the field. Yeah. And it's the way it's built. Do y'all ever have a problem just from the, aesthetics of it and the way it's set up? Or, once you're on the field, you're good to go. Field's a field, I guess.
I mean, between the lines, it really doesn't matter, and the communication from the press box. I don't think it's a very good environment for high school football. No. And don't enjoy. It's not my favorite environment to play in. I actually went to a game at Joe Davis. I thought they've done an outstanding job over there for that one, and I was really pulling and hoping that we might get to play there. But
Coach, I was going to say real quick, Coach Gross was just over the moon about Joe Davis. He said, "Man, I'd play there anytime they want." So it must be really good.
Man, it's and when I was at Hoover, we had the Met. But I mean, I like Joe Davis is right there where it's a little bit closer and great seating and great venue. So hats off to them for that. But the other thing about playing A&M, we're kicking on college uprights. And we have a hard time kicking extra points through the normal uprights, and so so now you got a college. Yeah. College hashes, college field goal.
I didn't think about that, but that does make a big difference.
It does, and their kickers are fickle and weird about stuff. So we might just go for two every time.
I mean, that would be an interesting deal if it came down to, it's 3rd and 10 from the 38 or 35, and 3 seconds on the clock, and you got to kick that field goal, and now you're going through that.
Just give me Ghost Miss Shipman any day.
I
don't think Coach agree with that.
Well, the way we kicked last night, we couldn't get the ball down on the tee, so may have to have a plan for that.
As Millie Vanilli would say, just blame it on the rain.
Blame it on something.
When speaking of kickers, Huntsville comes out in the second half and kicks that onside kick. And it was, that was all, well, I guess you could call it perfect. I mean, the kicker recovers.
Oh, wow.
The onside kick.
You don't say that very often.
I didn't agree with that call.
And I was going to ask you what your contention was, because we were trying to figure out if you thought it went 10 yards.
Did it go far enough?
Or if he actually recovered it, or what?
So, first of all, the kicker was taken off the field.
Right.
I talked to Coach Gay. He's fine. He has a concussion.
Oh, wow.
But I don't know how you get knocked out and recover the fumble that we came up with, and they gave it to them. So it just
that's a good point.
A I mean, our number 14 came up with the ball, and that kid was unconscious at the time. And again, he's fine now. And that gum. I mean, if we don't get better in third quarter coming out, and we talked to the kids about it, we have not played very well in the third quarter through, and that was the talk. And then we go out and they recover an onside kick to start out with. We're going to get exposed if we don't fix it. Because we got Grissom now, but then we turn around, we got Spain Park the next week. So,
and their quarterback had some pretty good runs too last night.
Yeah, I mean, that was the element of playing two quarterbacks, and he's a little more mobile kid, and they ran him a little bit more than we had seen. But I thought defensively, we played really, really well.
Mm-hmm. I think it's interesting that you got three players, three Jets who are going to the Air Force.
$1.5 million of education right there.
Wow.
is what they told me. So we've got the pipeline. Somebody put in the paper the other day on AL.com that MJ Gideon's an Air Force commit. And when Coach Gideon came in, we were like, congratulations, your son is in the 10th grade and he's an Air Force commit. And everybody thinks we got, all the whole team's going to Air Force, I guess.
Well, Chad, good luck this week, man, against Grissom, and get you another win, and we'll talk to you soon.
Okay, thanks, guys.
That was James Clemens coach Chad McGee on the phone with Jay Vassar, Todd Tomerlin, and me on last Saturday's Tailgate Talk. We'll be back with more of the James Clemens Pre-Flight Show after this.
Athens Utilities comprises Athens Electric, Athens Gas, and Athens Water Services. Together, we are committed to providing reliable and affordable electricity, natural gas, and water and wastewater services. We operate as part of the City of Athens, and just like our city's motto of Athens is classic, Southern, character, we believe in supporting what makes our community special. And that includes local sports. Call 233-8750. Come by our office at 508 South Jefferson Street or look for the link online at athensal.us.
Local sports are brought to you in part by Limestone County Commission Chairman Colin Daly. Visit the County Commission page at limestonecounty-al.gov to keep up with what's going on in the county and find out what ranks us in the top 5% in the state. You can also call Colin at 256-233-6400 or on his cell phone at 256-800-4544.
When Keith and Amy Richards went on a Greek vacation in 1997, their goal was to create savory foods from simple ingredients. Thus, Tzatziki's Mediterranean Cafe was born with their healthy spin on traditional Greek food in the form of salads, gyros, sandwiches, and soups. Tzatziki's Mediterranean Cafe, located at 105 Brookridge Drive, Suite A, just off Highway 72 in Madison. Open Monday through Sunday, 10:30 a.m. till 9 p.m. Call 724-6554 or visit them online at Tzatziki'sCafe.com. Tzatziki's Mediterranean Cafe. Originality is our nationality.
If you'd like to download a copy of this game or hear it again on demand, go to pasnetwork.net. You can find this game and previous games under the Archives tab. You can also subscribe to the Play Action Sports podcast and listen to it on your favorite platform like iTunes, Amazon, and Spotify, or ask Alexa or Google to open the Play Action Sports podcast, keeping you up to date on Athens and Limestone County sports. Play Action Sports.
James Clemens pre-flight coverage on PAS Plus is brought to you by Tzatziki's Mediterranean Cafe in Madison. Now, let's join the Tzatziki's touchdown team. Kirk Pierce, Johnny Johnson, and Brad Kimbrough.
You're listening live to another broadcast of James Clemens Athletics right here on PAS Plus. We are live at Alabama A&M University at Louis Cruz Stadium for tonight's matchup between your James Clemens Jets and the home team, the Grissom Tigers. Good evening, everyone. I'm Kirk Pierce. Alongside me, coaches Johnny Johnson and Brad Kimbrough, our producer extraordinaire, Mr. Tim Lambert, our statistician.
You're getting it all in there.
One day I'm going to get it. Its words are hard. Chase Austin, otherwise known as Stretch, is here in the booth with us tonight, and glad to have him back from his little trip to Texas last week.
We had to get him out of Texas as quick as we could.
as we're bringing you tonight's action. We're way up in the press box, and we're looking down at the field as Grissom Tigers Marching Band making their way to midfield for tonight's national anthem. So let's take it to the field and listen to the national anthem. Our national anthem presented by the Grissom Tigers Marching Band. That was a pretty good rendition. Let's hope that's the only good thing that happens for Grissom tonight.
Not sure where the field mic is, but it sounded like a motorcycle.
It did. I think it did. So
Tim left it down there on the entrance.
So we're gonna, let's just go ahead with this. We're in the pre-flight mode. I don't know if y'all know this, but our pregame show has been now dubbed the Tzatziki's, team. We bring the whole.
We were the Tzatziki's touchdown team.
We're the touchdown team,
That's
but
right.
now we're in the pre-flight mode. I don't know if y'all know that.
Oh, I thought that was just for Wingman podcast.
No, now we're in the pre-flight mode.
It's all starting to blend together.
It is. It's all starting to take root. And so, one of the things, guys, we had MJ Gideon and his dad, Coach Gideon, defensive coordinator, on the podcast on Tuesday night, and we talked. First of all, he's sophomore, quiet young man. His dad after the podcast said, "I'm surprised y'all got as much out of him as you did." But I tell you, for someone who is as quiet as he is, he's definitely not quiet on the field. Over 300 yards carrying, 100-yard games, first 3 games, 7 touchdowns so far on the season.
Yeah, he's loud on the field.
He is very loud on the field.
Well, actions speak louder than words anyway, right?
That's right. Yeah, we've got a good 1-2 punch in that backfield with him and Cam Berry, and what a pleasant surprise it's been. We've heard about him as a freshman, that he was coming and going to be a talented running back. Didn't know how quickly he would get to the varsity and make an impact, but it was immediate. And even though they do some similar things as far as finishing runs, they're very different in the type of runner they are. And so it's interesting to see those guys, especially like we've talked with both of them on the field at the same time. It's been fun watching that run game. Tonight, it'd be nice to see the pass game get going.
I was going to say the same thing.
We've got some weapons in A.J. Little and Ty Doty on the outside, and we just have not gotten anything consistent yet. So it'd be great. This would be a great night for Gil and those guys to get going and really put a whole package together offensively.
Now, defensively, last week we had our second defensive player in a row to be the Mellow Mushroom Player of the Game. A couple of weeks ago when we had Hayes Harrison was our Mellow Mushroom Player of the Game. Then last week we had Miles Taylor. Miles Taylor had that huge pick 6 really to kind of close out the game last week. And after a while against Huntsville, you knew that we kind of had it in hand. But the weather kind of played a little bit of a difference, but the defense really showed up last Friday night.
They did, and they have been so far. I mean, in crucial moments, they've rose up to the challenge and they've stood tall. Going back to tonight and what you have in front of you, tonight's an opportunity for to get some other guys some playing time, hopefully, right, and work them into that system, and then B, take some challenges, take some risk, go for the big play defensively, do that little bit extra that we haven't done so far, where we've done a good job of bending but not breaking a lot of times, especially in the Huntsville game. I mean, we had a shutout going until in the fourth quarter. Against other teams, we've had kind of a quarter fall off. Gardendale, Bob Jones, we had kind of a quarter where you fell off there and things didn't go our way. Third quarter was a big one against Bob Jones. But tonight, you want to see them put a whole game together. You want to see them get some extra guys in there and work some different packages, but you want to see them take some chances and go after the big plays because we've had opportunities for big plays. We just haven't finished it.
I don't mean to interrupt. I'm trying to figure out what's going on with the captains right here. That referee ran our captains to Grissom's side of the end zone. Now they're running back. It's like he's got them warming up for sprints.
Maybe he needed to warm up more.
Well, if you look at where we're on the west side of the stadium, and you look to the east side over there, and it almost looks like James Clemens didn't travel at all. But the reason is because the lower bowl here on the west side is completely full, and you see a lot of navy blue and jet blue down there.
I'm surprised more people didn't take advantage of these seats with the chair backs.
Oh, I would have.
Absolutely.
Straight up come up here and did that.
Especially with Coach Johnson's sciatic nerve issues.
Yeah, I have a little back issue. I may need one of them chair backs. No, it is weird, though, because there is nobody on our sideline.
No.
But you're right. If you look down in front of us, there's quite a few light blue as you would say, jet blue.
Jet blue is the only blue there is, man.
Yeah,
So you're looking at the captains make their way out to the middle of the 50-yard line. Our captains tonight, I'll just go ahead and get them out of the way. The permanent captains voted on by the team before the season started is number 0, Cam Berry, and number 50, Tim Coleman. Also joining them out there at midfield is number 15, Miles Taylor, and number 85, A.J. Kelly. So those are going to be your James Clemens captains for tonight. We got about a little over 5 minutes before the kickoff, so we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have first quarter action. You're listening to James Clemens Jets football on PAS+.
This has been the James Clemens Pre-Flight Show. We'll be back with first quarter action on PAS+.
Since 2014, Honest Coffee Roasters has believed that coffee should be both delicious and of the highest quality. Full-service craft coffee shops locally owned in Madison and Huntsville, they source their coffee directly from farmers around the world, so they know the quality in each cup. And not only coffee, breakfast, lunch, acai bowls, and seasonal treats, too. Order online at honesthsv.coffee. Honest Coffee Roasters, located at 92 Shorter Street in Madison and 114 Clinton Avenue East, number 106 in Huntsville. Honest Coffee Roasters.
If you're looking to make your business stand out, save yourself some time and make Apparel Lab in Madison your first call. Apparel Lab will help you grow your brand with custom t-shirts and hoodies using their unique direct-to-garment printing. Laser engraving can put your design on mugs and tumblers. Plus, they can help with custom-designed hats, stickers, banners, signs, decals, and much more. Apparel Lab. Call 344-4656 or visit them online at apparellab.inc and on Facebook and Instagram. Located in the Madison Mall Shopping Center on Old Madison Pike. Apparel Lab.
We know you want to look good. Choppin' Blades Barbershop knows it too, and they're passionate about making their clients look great. Men, women, kids, doesn't matter. You can just walk on in their location at 7985 Highway 72 Suite 2 in Madison or call 256-325-3230. Check out Choppin' Blades on Facebook too. Choppin' Blades Barbershop.
Whether you're an experienced golfer or a total beginner, Madison Golf Center has the largest, most up-to-date practice range in North Alabama, including a complete teaching center with the best and most experienced instructional staff available at your convenience. Madison Golf Center features the most complete driving range facility around, with a large grass tee area allowing for 100 hitting stations a day with a 14-day rotation. Open every day year-round and located at 401 Lime Quarry Road, between Wall Trina and Hughes Road. Madison Golf Center.
Whether you have college recruitment or simply memorabilia in mind, let Social Gimmicks capture them with a cinematic highlight reel. Social Gimmicks is redefining Southern sports media with a distinctive flair. Contact Social Gimmicks with a Z online at socialgimmicks.mypixieset.com. Social Gimmicks, the essence of athleticism.
When Keith and Amy Richards went on a Greek vacation in 1997, their goal was to create savory foods from simple ingredients. Thus, Tzatziki's Mediterranean Cafe was born with their healthy spin on traditional Greek food in the form of salads, gyros, sandwiches, and soups. Tzatziki's Mediterranean Cafe, located at 105 Brookridge Drive, Suite A, just off Highway 72 in Madison. Open Monday through Sunday, 10:30 a.m. till 9 p.m. Call 724-6554 or visit them online at tzatziki'scafe.com. Tzatziki's Mediterranean Cafe. Originality is our nationality.
PASnetwork.net. It's now your gateway to the Play Action Sports Network. Whether it's Play Action sports coverage of school, youth, and amateur sports from Athens and Limestone County, or Calhoun basketball, James Clemens sports, and Applebee's tailgate talk via PAS+. PASnetwork.net. Follow the links to download apps to hear live streams and podcasts, enable Alexa skills, or listen live on your computer. Covering Athens and Limestone County area sports, PASnetwork.net.
Welcome back to James Clemens Football right here on PAS Plus. Kirk Pierce, Johnny Johnson, Brad Kimbrough, Carson Austin, Tim Lambert. Your Taziki's touchdown team right up here in the press box at Lewis Cruz Stadium, home of the Bulldogs of Alabama A&M, is tonight's matchup between the Grissom Tigers and your James Clemens Jets. You can check out the PAS Plus mobile app. It's your connection to all of our live streams, along with scores, game archives, and a whole lot more. All you got to do is go online to PASplus.net for the download links. Well, guys, it's kickoff time. Looks like Grissom's going to be on the receiving end as James Clemens won the coin toss and elected to defer to the second half. So we get to see our defense right off the bat, Brad.
Hey, I'm all about it. Let's go and see what happens, and let's get after their tails early. We talked about on the podcast that this has the potential of being a trap game, right? So start off and set the tone early, establish yourself, and then just stay in that. Stay focused, stay in the momentum, stay in the rhythm, and just get after them.
This is just weird.
It is a little bit different, isn't it?
There's the fact that there's nobody on our side, and now our cheerleaders are even on this side. Sorry, I'll give this up when the ball gets kicked, but
we're good.
Just looking at that empty side with nothing but a band is just odd.
So Ortiz lines up to have the opening game kickoff.
I'm ready to go home.
No, you got to stick around. We got 4 quarters of
No,
this.
I mean like back to Madison City Stadium.
I got you. I know you got to get up early.
I meant back to Madison City Stadium.
This is our first away game of the year, so.
And it stinks.
The fact that we had to come over here. I got you.
I mean, it's a nice big stadium.
It's just empty on that side.
On that side.
But you can hear the James Clemens band.
By God.
That's it. So I'm not sure. We keep running players in on and off the field, and now we're about ready. So Ortiz gets ready to do the opening game kickoff.
So let's say you talk about a trap game. This already feels like it.
Yeah, right? It does. It totally does.
It's totally dead.
Totally does.
There's nobody on our sideline. We're running like 3 guys on late for the opening kickoff of the game.
Yeah.
Like it just feels just a little odd.
Yeah, it totally agree.
So Ortiz getting ready for the kickoff. He finally puts the ball on the tee. Takes his way back, waiting on the official to blow the whistle to get started here at Alabama A&M University.
Yeah, it's hard to describe to you kind of the visual that we're seeing and just the feel and the atmosphere being so different.
So the Jets have kicked off. High end-over-end kick going to be fielded in the end zone. He's going to slip, and it's going to be a touchback. I think he thought about running it out, but once it hits the end zone, I think that's it. So it's a touchback.
Yeah, and he's kind of fortunate that happened to him.
Because he was going to be stuck.
Well, he slipped and fell and got back up, so they were going to call him down either way.
So it'll be 1st and 10, Grissom from their own 20-yard line.
There's the man, Dr. Donaldson, has arrived.
District 8
I see him
Principal of the Year.
That's right.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Just got awarded that.
So Grissom comes out with their orange jerseys, brown pants.
Love it.
With orange stripes and orange Clemson-type helmets.
Looking for Bobby Boucher.
Handoff, no, it's a read option. Quarterback's going to keep it. That's number 1 for you, Lieburn. And he's going to be stopped for a loss of about a yard. So it'll be 2nd down and 11 from the 19.
Good responsibility football. Just everybody in the gap that they're supposed to be in. If you take pitch, you take pitch. I'm going to take quarterback. You take dive. And everybody's where they're supposed to be.
Well, you know, they've talked a lot about Jaden Young, and that was him coming off the end right there. They got the quarterback and fought off that block and took him down in the backfield.
Yeah, is that the one that Coach Gideon told us was kind of the biggest surprise that they've had or somebody they didn't expect?
Talked about that the other night. Sure did. So play stops, whistle's blown. Looks like it's a uniform infraction.
Got them gloves. Uniform issue. Something about gloves. Where were we last year that the gloves were an issue?
It was
the Bob
always
Jones?
an issue. Something like that. It was like we had to do play stoppage every 5 minutes.
Eye black too much.
His orange didn't match.
Something like that.
He had some bright orange gloves on, I'm not going to lie.
So 2 splits to the near side, 1 to the far. Going to hand it off to the running back up the middle. He's going to be met at the line of scrimmage, but still makes his way forward for about 6 yards. So it's going to be a nice, decent carry. Brings up 3rd down and 5 to the 25-yard line for Grissom.
Well, and this 3rd down and 5, 3rd down and longer, you know, that's the situations that we've done well in so far this year.
When you go back to Coach McGee, talking about that early in the year, for this defense to be effective, they've got to get in these situations, and they've done a good job so far this season.
So Woodruff, the ball carrier, he's the senior for Grissom, picks up 6 yards. 3rd and 5. Shotgun formation, running back to the right. Going to be a read option, looking to throw. He's going to throw it off to number 2. He's going to make the catch. Going to be met short of the first down marker and driven back. It's going to be 4th and about 2 yards. So really good pursuit there by the secondary once the catch was made.
Well, great open field tackle as well. I mean, we came with a blitz off the far side that time, and the quarterback turns and does exactly what you're supposed to do. Throw at the blitz, right? Throw at the hot route. Who makes a reception, but great open field tackle that time to come up and stop him short of the first down.
We'd call that name, but we can't see his number.
Yeah, we don't want to cheat anybody.
It's a little hard. So we just know that Doty is lining up at the 35. We're going to guess because I'm making some assumptions.
Oh, that's him.
Yeah, that is Ty.
They're going to get away.
That's going to be a shank-eponymous, if you will. It goes out of bounds at the 46-yard line. So Grissom's 46,
Grissom
that is.
territory.
So James Clemens be 1st and 10 from the Grissom 46. We get to see this offense right off the bat here with 9:59 left to play in the first quarter.
Yeah, defense comes out, does their job early, gets a 3 and out, and we're actually starting our first drive across the 50. You couldn't ask for much better.
Yeah, that's how you want to start a game.
Absolutely.
Coach Truitt's in the box next to us licking his chop.
Hey, both Coach Gideon and Coach Truitt pretty happy over here.
So you got Doty and Berry in the backfield, and they're going to do the shift. Got him.
Great.
Got him.
That's one of our best offensive plays.
It really is, and that's that where we don't get set. We raise up, and our line shifts to the right.
The whole formation, right? The whole formation
beautiful.
shifting, yeah.
So offsides on the defense.
So now not only are you starting across the 50 in Grissom territory, you're starting 1st and 5
at the 41
in enemy territory.
Love it. So Gill is going to now go under center with Doty in at tailback. Berry is the fullback. Going to do a little kind of counteraction to Doty. Doty's trying to find his way through, and he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and pushed back for a loss of about 2 yards on the play, back to the 45-yard line.
Yeah, there was a lot of traffic in the backfield early.
Absolutely. I was going to say the way the defensive front came off the ball there, maybe a little embarrassed by that first play, but they're coming off the ball quick, and they cause penetration back there. There's no way to get those blockers moving and pulling.
Yeah, I don't know if we weren't able to get our pulling guards over there where they needed to be, but they did do a good slant there, and it met Doty in the backfield. I formation again. Now Gill's going to come out from under center and go into shotgun with both running backs on either side. It's going to be a handoff to Berry. Berry's trying to find his way through. Hard run there, pushes his way forward. Still pushed back, though. They're going to give him about a 2-yard gain on that, almost to the 40-yard line. So it'll be 3rd down and about 5 from the 41.
Well, and we've talked about this. They've got to be sold out to the run because that's what we've done really well so far this year and have not opened up that passing game quite yet. So it looks like Grissom right now is selling out to stopping that run and done a pretty good job those first couple plays.
So Little comes in. You got one split to the near side, one to the far. Now Berry goes in motion. Gill looking to pass.
Oh.
Plenty of time. Throws it right there to Little, and Little makes the catch down to the 34-yard line. First down, James Clemens.
Yeah, he came open on that crossing pattern right there, and he had to just be a little bit patient to get into some space, and Gill did a good job of being patient and finding Little.
Not sure that was his first read, but he definitely checked down. Plenty of pass protection there in that pocket for Jacoby Gill, the quarterback for James Clemens. So 1st and 10 Jets from the 34-yard line of Grissom. 2 splits to the far side. Doty and Little. Now Gideon goes in motion. It's going to be handoff to Berry. Berry's just going to be wrapped up for a loss on the play. I tell you, there's 5 orange jerseys right there circling Berry.
Yeah, these guys are sold out to stopping the run. And look, if you're going to beat James Clemens, you're going to have to stop the run. I mean, you don't have any other choice.
Why wouldn't you? I would force us, if I was the defense, to prove that we can throw the football.
100%.
So we've got 2 splits to the far side, 1 to the near. That's Lively and Little on the top side. Doty goes in motion into the backfield. You got Berry to the right of Gill. Gill looking to pass. Throws it across the middle. It's going to fall incomplete. Pass looks like it was intended for Lively, number 21.
Yeah, setting up a screenplay right there. And we talked about this early in the year with Gill. Just rifling that ball. The arm strength is so strong. I mean, he kind of rifled that one in there too quick. Yep.
Well, I think that was it last week or the week before it happened. You know, we talked about the ones deep. He was putting a lot of air under.
Yep.
And then those little short screens, it was a bullet.
So you've got Little and Doty coming to the near side. We're not going to go with a huddle. Empty backfield except for Gill. Now you see Berry come into the backfield to the left of Gill. Going to fake the handoff to Berry. Looking to pass, looking to go deep for Little. He's going to get their feet tangled up, and Little's going to fall down. Pass falls incomplete, brings up 4th down.
Yeah, he never had anybody that whole play. I mean, nobody was open, and nobody kind of worked to get open there either. He didn't have anywhere to go with the football. He probably did what he could, just overthrow his receiver.
So it brings up 4th down and 13 for the Jets as good field position to start the drive ended where we got a punt.
Yeah.
Just not what we wanted on the first drive at all.
Couldn't really get anything going out of that.
Well, I mean, we were 1st and 5. Well, we got 4 yards in that
yeah, total, probably net. So Ortiz, nice high, tight spiral. Look at that. And it's going to be caught right there at the 3-yard line. That's number 15 for you, Miles Taylor, with the catch at the 3-yard line. Beautiful punt there by Ortiz.
That's a great job of just getting air under that thing and giving your cover guys enough time to get down there.
So 1st and 10, Grissom from their own 3-yard line. Get to see the James Clemens dogfighting D, swarming dogfighting D. See if we can't get some penetration, get a safety here.
Well, it'll be interesting to see how aggressive Coach Gideon wants to be with them backed up like this.
He's over here smiling.
He is. I think he likes what he's got dialed up here.
Somebody made a joke on the headset.
So here we go, single set back, pistol formation, going to hand it off to the running back up the middle. He's going to be met at the line of scrimmage, but not much more as all white jerseys, all 11 converge on the running back.
Yeah, you did have every white jersey in that pile before it was over.
So 2nd down and 10, no gain on the play out. They're going to give him a yard. Well, that's mighty nice of him.
He probably got a yard. I mean, look, very simple plan right there by Grissom. We got to get off the shadow of our end zone. Let's just do 2 lead blockers up in the hole and follow them up in there and try to get some positive yards.
So 2nd down and 8 for the Tigers from their own 5. Single set back, again, pistol formation, 2 splits to the near. They're going to do a quick pass out to the flat, and it's going to fall in and out of the hands. He had it, but just dropped it. So brings up 3rd down. Number 5, pass intended for Spencer for Grissom.
Well, and if he catches that ball and Doty doesn't tackle him, he's got a lot of green space.
That's Dowdell.
I mean, Dowdell, not Dowdy, sorry.
That's all right.
But if he misses that tackle right there on a catch, he's got a lot of green space.
Nobody's counting mistakes we make tonight, Johnny.
Yeah.
I ain't going to lie. I got a tally going over here. Kirk, you're winning.
I know. There's no doubt.
Don't forget Stretch is in the building, in the room
he's in here with us tonight. 3rd and 8, handoff up the middle to the running back. Met at the 5-yard line, pushes his way forward to the 7, still way short of the 1st down marker, which he had to get all the way to the 13. So it's going to be 4th down for Grissom. Looks like we're going to get good field position again.
You would think so. I mean, it's an ugly 2 series offensively for Grissom. We didn't do anything to match or improve on that in our offensive series.
It'll be interesting to see. That last punt we saw from them was really bad.
Yeah.
If they do that again, we're going to be in field goal range.
Yeah, we're going to be at the 25.
So Doty's standing at the 42.
Punter's midway through the end zone.
He really is. We went for it, and he just line drived it, and it's going to be fielded by Doty like he's fielding a ground ball. Trying to find some room, a little bit of blocking, gets to the 40, makes his way to the 35 and goes out of bounds. 1st and 10, James Clemens from the Grissom 34-yard line.
You know how bad Ty Doty wants to make one of those big plays because we're here in game 4 and he hasn't had that opportunity yet. That one he takes a big bounce, and fills it and kind of stutter-stepped a little bit, waiting for his blockers to set up. And when he got a few, he tried to bust it around the outside.
So here comes the offense for the 2nd series.
And we're about right where we punted from.
Pretty close.
Pretty much, yeah.
About two yards closer to the end zone.
So marked it at the 34-yard line of Grissom. So Gill is going to go under center. Now we've got Gideon and Berry in the backfield in the I formation. Doty goes in motion, got Little to the top side. Going to be a handoff to Gideon. Gideon looking to try to, and he is met and knocked down. Ball comes out,
falls down.
And it's picked up. And Grissom at the 40, going to return that punt all the way to the end zone. Touchdown, Grissom. Looking for flags, looking to see if they can return it.
Nothing.
If nothing was down, nope, that was a live ball. And man, I tell you, he was hit.
He got stuck pretty hard coming around there, and I don't know if that forced the fumble out or if the guy got his hands on it or whatever, but he got stuck pretty good. Right now, we're not doing a great job of finding seams. We bragged on our backs of finding seams. We're either not creating anything or they're not finding anything right now.
Well, the other thing, right before that play, they walked everybody down.
They sure did. They're sold out.
They had one guy back and playing center field, and even the corners were walked down. And one of the safeties, they are packing the box right now.
They're definitely committed to stopping the run game.
So here we go. Grissom lining up for the extra point.
Little lefty kicker here.
That's odd. I don't see that a whole lot.
Not a whole lot. He's wrong-footed.
So here it comes. Waiting on the snap. Now we got to wait for the official.
I don't think you can say that.
He's taking his time to get to the end zone, isn't he?
That's not. That's right up there with that guy last week.
Oh, bless his heart.
Here we go.
He wouldn't have done the extra jogging for captains.
No, he would not have. And it hits the upright. I don't know what you.
That looked like a home run off the foul pole.
I mean, he really did. It smoked that foul pole.
So that extra point is no good with 5:28 remaining in the opening quarter. Grissom with a 6-0 lead over James Clemens. You're listening to Jets football on PAS+.
North Alabama Gas District has provided safe, reliable, and economical natural gas service to Madison and surrounding areas of Limestone County for over 40 years. However, accidents and leaks do sometimes occur. If you smell odors similar to rotten eggs or notice other possible signs of a gas leak, such as a fire or explosion, a blowing or hissing sound, or blowing dust or bubbling water, leave the area immediately, avoid ignition sources, warn others, and from a safe location, contact us immediately at 256-772-0227. And remember to call 811 before you dig. North Alabama Gas District, we take safety seriously.
Welcome back to James Clemens football right here on PAS+. As Grissom was able to return a 60-yard fumble recovery into the end zone for the first score of the game, Johnny. I don't know. That was Gideon just kind of trying to find a crease, and he couldn't make it through.
Well, and he got popped. But, this is playing out exactly like we talked about, just an odd feeling at the start of this game. And you get nothing offensively yet. Defense has played just fine, but then they make a big play. And as long as you let them hang around, as long as you let them think they're in this game, it starts to get more dangerous the deeper we go.
It really does.
Every coach has that conversation, and I've heard Coach Johnson have that conversation with his players during games. Don't do this. Don't let these guys hang around, because if you do, it's only going to create more problems. You start getting into quicksand, and then just things don't go your way. Next thing you know, you got a ball game in the fourth quarter.
So a line drive kick into the end zone for a touchback. So James Clemens is going to get the ball. It'll be their third series of the night.
Yep.
So the first two series did not look good at all.
Nothing.
And they had great field position to start those first two series.
I'm going to go next door and have a talk with Coach Truitt if we don't get something on this one.
And now we have not so great field position, so let's see if we can't turn the tide.
Maybe that's what we need. This opens the field up for us right here.
Wide open.
We got them right where we want them, boys.
So you're saying there's a chance.
We have been good from back here.
We have. So Barry comes into the backfield along with Gideon as Gill goes under center. That is the I formation. Barry in at fullback, Gideon at tailback. Doty comes into motion. Here's the snap. Ball's on the ground. Snap infraction or a fumble snap. What do you want to call it? Fortunately, yeah, we can call it that too. Fortunately, Ryan Bland was able to land on top of that and recover it, so it's going to be second down with a loss of 2.
Well, looking down there at their linemen, 5 defensive linemen that time, and the linebacker walked up. They're still super committed to stopping the run. So you wonder when Coach Drew is going to open it up right here, and let's take some chances.
So 2 splits to the far side, Doty and Little. Now Gideon goes out into the flat, catches the swing pass, looking for a makes one man miss, still on his feet. Look at that. Uh-oh. There he is. Breaks another tackle, still on his feet, gets down to the 45 to the 46-yard line before he is drug out of bounds at the 47. 1st and 10, James Clemens.
And that's the danger with them doing what they're doing. If you do get one of our guys in space, he doesn't have a lot of help. You better hope your one guy gets a tackle or there's going to be a big gain.
Especially when you get that guy in space.
Well, yeah, he's pretty good.
He's pretty good out there.
He's
in the
been known
open
to
field.
be good in space.
And really, that's probably our best offensive philosophy. Get the ball to those guys in open space wherever we can.
So single back, Going to be, looks like it's Barry. Move up to the front. Yep, that's Barry coming out of the backfield. Gill is going to drop back to pass, throws it over into the flat to the tight end. You don't say that much. Achenbach with the reception. So nice pickup of about 6 yards on that reception from Gill.
And I think he was targeted twice last week. One bounced off his hands pretty hard, and he dropped it, and the other one was just kind of an errant throw. But good to see him pull one down out there in the open field.
We talked about what a big target that guy was. He's like 6'7".
Yeah.
Big kid.
He is a big guy.
It's good genetics.
Yeah.
So Little and Doty split to the top side. And now A.J. Kelly goes in motion. Got a little stoppage on the field. Don't see any flags.
Jersey or something.
Jersey infraction.
Now it's Doty.
So Doty's got to come off the field.
Was it Huntsville Crew last year that we went through?
It was the Huntsville Crew. Yes, it was.
Yeah, we didn't have right eye black and knee pads and armbands.
Certain time, I still haven't figured out the rule about the gloves.
So Lively comes in for Doty. And now look at Barry make some moves, and he does. Picks up the first down past the 40, down to about the 36, 37-yard line.
Flag down.
Flag down on the play.
That was a really good run by Cam Barry that time. I mean, we definitely got more push on our offensive front, and there was a crease there. And, boy, he doesn't hesitate when there is one.
So the flag is going to go against James Clemens.
Did you see the call? I can't tell.
I think it was holding.
That's there it is. There it is. So holding against James Clemens. So that return is going to move us back. Remains second down. So it's going to be second down and 10.
I forgot how bad it is being on the road. I mean, I really have. I forgot. I mean, I don't know the last away game we did, but it's maybe Sparkman last year.
Sparkman are here.
Yeah.
And you weren't here for this one.
No, I was at Sparkman.
That's right. You weren't here last year for up here.
I did not come to Sugar Bear Stadium.
Well, here we are, all three of us.
Lewis, Sugar Bear Cruise.
Yes, that's it. And this campus has grown exponentially. I mean, this stadium.
And look, athletically, they're picking up the pace. I mean,
they really
just
are.
built that new basketball arena. There's plans to do something with baseball and softball. They've done a few small things over there. They're trying to head in the right direction.
So now you've got Barry in the backfield with Gill. Doty split to the near. Now he goes in motion behind both Gill and Barry. Swing pass out to Doty. Doty's going to be pushed back. Now he makes another man miss. Oh, only about a yard carry on that reception. But Little, he was kind of went for his block, and his blocker kind of pushed him back into the backfield right into Doty.
Yeah, the guy's trying to run through the block, and he just goes deep enough that it carries him right into kind of Doty's route.
So we got another play stoppage. I don't see a flag, but we're way up here. So the officials are talking it through, and the way our offense is moving, it looks like it's going to be a penalty against James Clemens. But I don't see a flag.
Did he just pick one up? No, that was
He
the
might
football
have.
he
I
picked
don't
up.
know. So now we're waiting for the official.
Well, this is like watching paint dry.
Mm-hmm.
Personal foul against James Clemens.
It's hard to
I don't even know. I just saw the personal foul.
I don't know if it was a chop block, but he didn't go down to his legs to do it.
He didn't. It wasn't a block in the back. So I don't know.
There's some kind of personal foul.
It was blindside block. I don't know. But anyway, so whatever it was, personal foul pushes James Clemens back to their own 32-yard line. So Gideon's run earlier, or that reception he made to start the drive, has completely been negated.
Yep.
So you got Gideon and Barry in the backfield with Gill. Two splits, Little and Doty. Going to fake the handoff to Barry. Gill looking to throw. Throws it over there into the flat. Hit it out of the hands. I said flat, but it was on a slant pattern to Gideon, and Gideon couldn't bring that down.
Man, hit him in the hands. It kind of bobbled it and just couldn't bring it in.
And it's not a real easy catch. He headed to the sideline. That ball's kind of a little over his head. It's not just out to the side. A catch he's got to make. But it wasn't necessarily an easy one for them.
No, it turns into like an inside shoulder. You don't know whether to use your hands or to cradle it, and it can be tough.
So that brings up third down and a while. This is 24 on the scoreboard. So we're going to fake the handoff, roll to the near side, dumps it over into the flat to to Kelly, and Kelly just falls down after he makes the catch.
Ball was behind him.
Yeah, not a good throw.
He had to jump backwards to catch it and then immediately went down.
Not a good throw right there. When you're going to boot pass this way, that's –
well, and good. A.J. Kelly's one of the best kids you'll ever meet. Not the guy you want in space. We talked about that earlier.
Yeah.
Well, you know.
He's a big blocker, too. I mean, he makes a difference
he does
on the
a great
line.
job.
Absolutely. So 4th down and about 20 for James Clemens, and Ortiz comes out to punt. So here he puts boot to leather. Again, what a nice tight spiral.
Kick.
Look at that. Pushes it all the way to the 20, takes a James Clemens bounce and bounces out at the 18. So
it's a great job.
Perfect punt. Could have asked for anything better there by special teams and Ortiz.
Well, so far that's been the best part of us moving the field. I mean, it's our special teams play,
we
our
don't
punt
talk
team.
about it a whole lot, but, you know, he's done a really good job this year, and he is a weapon when it comes to field position.
No doubt. I mean, flipping the field right here as it's 1st and 10 for Grissom from their own 18.
And not a huge leg, but doesn't miss that often.
No.
He doesn't miss kick very often.
Not at all.
On the punts especially.
Grissom dropping back to pass, throws it over, and now they're going to whistle it dead.
There's
before
a flag
anything
on this
happens.
side.
So, yeah, there's a flag down here.
Got to be a false start, right?
Yep, false start on the offense. So that's going to push Grissom back even further into their own territory. The ball goes to the 13-yard line. So one thing about Grissom, they have not had good field position at all, but they lead 6-0 on a 50-yard fumble or 60-yard fumble return.
Well, I mean, we talk about it. There's 3 phases to this game. You know, I mean, you can score in all of them.
And they have done one. Let's see if we can hold them from doing the others. Nice little quick pass to under the to the receiver as he's going to cross the 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Grissom.
I'll tell you what, Grissom's got some speed.
They do.
You know, some speed that I wasn't really counting on. But the kid who recovered the fumble earlier and ran it in, none of our guys was catching him. Not that they were in great shape. That time, just kind of almost like a little flare route from the inside guy. Takes the pass and then doesn't get touched. He just starts out running people.
And it was a pretty good job by the quarterback because I thought when he let go of that ball from up here, it looked like one of our linebackers was about to smack it back in his face.
I thought so too, yeah.
I didn't think there was any way he was going to get that by him and complete it, and he did. And then there was just nobody behind. He was gone. Hit him in stride.
So an 87-yard touchdown reception by Tristan Taylor. Number 2, the wide receiver, just came right over into the middle. We threw it right over the linebacker's head.
Different kicker.
It is.
They went with a right-footed kicker this time, and he kicks it, and it's blocked, and it's not going to be able to be returned. So both of their extra point tries have been no good. So with 2:07 remaining in the first quarter, here's a score I wasn't ready to say. Grissom 12, James Clemens nothing. You're listening to Jets Football on PAS+.
Local sports are brought to you in part by Limestone County Commission Chairman Colin Daly. Visit the County Commission page at limestonecounty-al.gov to keep up with what's going on in the county and find out what ranks us in the top 5% in the state. You can also call Colin at 256-233-6400 or on his cell phone at 256-800-4544.
We know you want to look good. Chopping Blades Barbershop knows it too, and they're passionate about making their clients look great. Men, women, kids, doesn't matter. You can just walk on in their location at 7985 Highway 72 Suite 2 in Madison or call 256-325-3230. Check out Chopping Blades on Facebook too. Chopping Blades Barbershop.
Welcome back to James Clemens Football on PAS+. As 2:07 on the clock in the first quarter, Grissom 12, James Clemens nothing. Kind of the score recap. Grissom returned a fumble recovery, 60 yards for the first score. Their extra point try kind of hit off the uprights and was no good.
It didn't kind of. It smoked that upright.
And then number 2, Tristan Taylor for Grissom on an 87-yard reception, touchdown reception. And that extra point try was blocked. So now it's 12-0 Grissom.
Yeah, if I'm Coach Rich Dutton, I'm going for 2 every time now from here on out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you've tried 2 kickers. One of them hit the upright. The other one hit it into the line.
Yeah,
basically.
they're both batting a 0.
I'm not sure that it was – we blocked it, but I think he kicked it into the back.
I think he kicked it into somebody, yeah.
So you can follow PAS Network on Instagram, Threads, and X, and look for PAS Network on Facebook. We'll keep you updated on scores via ScoreStream tonight and throughout the week. We'll get you scores here in just a little bit. But first, we got to go back down to the field. It's 1st and 10, James Clemens from their own 20.
Time to get going.
Yeah, why wait this long?
So single or double setback, I formation, Gill under center. One split to the near side. That's Doty. We're going to hand it off to Gideon. Gideon crosses the 20, makes one man miss, finally drugged down from behind, short of the 30-yard line. Needed to get to the 30 for the first down. Gets to about the 28, so 2nd down and 2. Nice run there by Gideon.
And that's what we need to see. Early in the game, we're letting those guys shoot those gaps.
Consistency.
And just get that run game going if that's who we're going to be, right?
Agreed. Well, and getting ahead of the chain right now. So now on 2nd and 2, if we want to take a chance and put the ball in the air, you're capable of doing so because 3rd and 2 is very manageable for our offense.
So 2 splits to the far side as Gideon goes in motion. Gill looking to pass. Plenty of time. Throws it deep. He's got Little open all the way out, just over his outstretched hands. Man, I tell you, it's like Little just needed another gear, and he'd have been underneath that.
Or a foot.
Just about.
I mean,
it was just right off of his fingertips.
Yeah, he almost tipped that one.
Well, and it was right back to what you said. We got in a second and very manageable. Mm-hmm. Why not take a shot? And if they're going to keep packing that box, there's going to be those opportunities.
You got to do it, and you can stretch the field with some of our guys.
That was a 60-yard tight spiral from Gill to Little, just over his outstretched
we
hands.
know he's got the arm strength.
Absolutely.
I mean, we've seen it every week.
So look at that lineman. Look at that defensive alignment right now. Everybody on the line.
Got 8 in the box.
And so you're going to hand it off to Gideon. Gideon trying to find a hole. He does. Creases it out to the outside. Gets the first down. Down short of the 40-yard line to about the 38.
Well, Brad, you would probably know better than I, but with that alignment, if we do break through, there's nobody in the back.
Depending on how we use our receivers, right? If we got those tight end and a slot in tight, then you're bringing the defense in tight as well, and they've got an opportunity to push it. But, yeah, if you can get one around the outside or if you break a crease in the middle and get to the second level, you're one-on-one, and I like our chances. Our backs with a safety one-on-one.
It's essentially a 5-2 defense.
Yeah.
Look at that, Barry, right up the middle, and that's exactly what you were just talking about. Had to go down to his ankles to make the tackle. He picks up the first down right at the 50, so a nice 12-yard carry there by Barry.
Yeah, and something like that where you got 5 defensive linemen down, a guy walked up on the end at times, and then you've really got 2 linebackers. Their guys are getting those linebackers are getting kind of lost in the mix in there.
So they switch defensive alignment, go to almost a 4-3 now.
Yep.
But you've got, now you look at this lineman over here.
Well, you also got 2 safeties now.
Yep. So 2 cornerbacks, 2 safeties, and we're going to go with 2 wide receivers to the near side, Lively and Little. So we're going to hand it off to Doty. Doty cuts it to the inside, crosses the 45, down to the 40, falls forward for the first down, so a nice 11-yard pickup there. Here we go, guys, keeping that ground game going. Another first down.
Yeah, while we got a player down, I'm sitting here looking at it. We're talking about defensive philosophy against us. Coach Dutton's been pretty smart so far. So let's think about it this way. Where are our guys the most dangerous? At the line of scrimmage or once they get ahead of steam 6 yards downfield?
Well, I think it's 6 yards downfield.
Exactly. So what you're doing by putting the 1 safety, the 2 corners, keeping your linebackers in tight and putting extra guys up there, you're forcing those guys to move more laterally than to hit that zone crease and then get ahead of steam. So you're taking your chance. I mean, it's a trade-off, but now you're making it harder for that guy to get upfield 2 yards and then break open.
Right. See, that's a defensive mind right there.
Well, and you're rolling the dice, though, right?
You are. You're absolutely rolling the dice.
Because if they do break into
that
second level, then you're in trouble.
You are in trouble.
But once Gideon, Doty, Barry, Little, any of them make that plant to the outside, it's Katie Water the door. They're gone.
Well, and this is what we talked about, though. If you're Grissom, what do you have to lose? I'm going to pack that and take my chances there.
Especially
and
when you're up 12.
Try to throw. Yeah, now you're up 12.
Now you're up 12. You scored in 2 phases of the game. You're in great shape right here.
So Doty in motion, 2 splits to the far side. It's going to be a fake handoff to Barry. Looking to pass over towards the sidelines. It's going to be caught by, I can't see that number. Looks like it's one of the tight ends, guys.
I think that's Lively.
Oh, it is Lively.
Yeah.
It's just, and everything Gill's throwing right now is just a bit behind us. If he throws that to the inside part of the field instead of the sideline, he may go down to about the 10-yard line or better. But he threw it on that outside
he may
shoulder.
Score because your safety's got a guy down here that he's covering. That turns into a blocker.
And it ended up turning into a little sideline tap toe, get your feet down and get out of bounds instead of something he could gain some more yards.
So Doty and Little split to the near side, both running backs in the backfield. Now we've got Gideon going in motion to the near side. It's going to be a handoff right up the middle to Barry on a nice dive play right up the middle through that two-hole.
And I think we've kind of abandoned our zone run right now for a while, which is taking them out of what they intended to do defensively.
When we've completed a couple passes, which is
100%.
They've had to back off a little.
Yeah.
So that's the end of the first quarter, and we're on a drive here. When we come back, it'll be second down for James Clemens and about 3 to go for the first down. But, hey, let's take a break. You're listening to James Clemens Football on PAS+.
One of the worst feelings you can have is that of being stranded. Well, BT's Towing, Tire, and Truck Repair makes that a thing of the past with 24/7 towing services and roadside assistance in the northern Alabama and southern Tennessee areas. But that's not all. They also offer truck and trailer repair, mobile welding, brake service and repair, new and used tires, and other major and minor repairs. Their name says it all. BT's Towing, Tire, and Truck Repair. For 24/7 response, call 497-8234. That's 497-8234. BT's Towing, Tire, and Truck Repair. Ready to show off your film IQ? Ready to show it off during James Clemens football? Maybe it sounds like trying to mix oil and water, but hey, we're just trying to have a little fun. Listen for our in-flight movie quote during James Clemens football coverage on PAS+. We'll slip in a line at some point during our play-by-play commentary, and if you can identify the movie that it's from, text the answer along with your name to 434-1PAS. That's 434-1727, and you could win a $10 credit from Honest Coffee Roasters in Madison. The in-flight movie quote from Honest Coffee Roasters and PAS+.
Welcome back to James Clemens Football right here on PAS+, as the second quarter action begins.
And I know we haven't given you much action. We've been kind of dull in this broadcast. We're just passing along the vibe of this game.
So 12-0 your score. Grissom on top, but James Clemens with an opportunity here to get on the scoreboard. Second down and about 2 as the ball is at the 22-yard line of Grissom.
Oh, they're confused. They don't know how to line up right here.
So here we go. One split to the near side, one to the far. Going to fake the handoff. Gill's going to drop back to pass. Going to dump the pass off.
Boy.
Oh, he just threw that out of bounds. Just got rid of it.
Okay. We ran a linebacker on late. Grissom ran a linebacker on late, and there was some confusion in how to align right there. And then we had not a scissors, but we kind of had a combo route with receivers.
Right.
And that lost guy defensively kind of got just lost in between those receivers, and there's nowhere really for Gill to go with the ball. He made a bad decision throwing to the guy that was running the out.
So penalty flag on the play. It's going to be holding against James Clemens. Going to move us back. Going to replay the down.
Not what we need. We've
no, not at all.
Done that. Seems like any time we didn't get anything positive there, but early in the game, especially every time we got a positive play, we ended up coming backwards.
So it's going to be second down, and looks like they're going to mark it.
Second 12.
That's what he said. Yeah. So we're going to mark it on the other side of the 25-yard line, down to about the 27-yard line.
I'm glad he's a mathematician.
Well, I'm just counting lines on the field. That's all I'm doing. If it went for those big numbers, I wouldn't know what we're doing. So Gill in the backfield, shotgun formation. He's got Barry and Gideon. Now Gideon goes in motion to the flat. Pump fake. He's got Little.
Now
he's going to come back under to Doty, and it's going to be picked off.
Well, he threw into double coverage there, didn't he?
He had Little all the way towards the back of the end zone. And so second turnover of the night for the Jets, as there's an interception by Grissom.
I don't think either one of those guys is who he wanted to go to initially. I think the motion man is where he wanted to go with the football, and he was quickly covered up. Once he kind of reset his feet and looked downfield, Grissom did a great job of kind of over-covering those guys with an underhang. He doesn't know where to go with the football in that case.
Well, there wasn't anybody, and he kind of forced it into an area where there was two guys on our one, and that didn't work out well. But Grissom has terrible field position again.
Yeah.
That's the only saving grace. So they are marked at the 4-yard line. They're going to hand it off to the running back up the middle. He's going to poke his way through for a nice gain of about 6 yards, so almost to the 9-yard line. No, they are going to mark him down at the 9. So second down and about 5 for Grissom.
Well, we need to stop right here. We need to keep them in this this negative territory, get a punt that we have not seen them punt real good or kick, for that matter, and get us something going.
So 12-0 your score. Grissom on top early, and 2 turnovers costly for the Jets. Hand it off to the running back. He's going to be met at the line of scrimmage. Picks up 2, so be third down and manageable at about 3rd and 3 for the Tigers.
When you talk about the turnovers being costly, one obvious because they got the big touchdown, but that one there, we're in scoring position. I mean, with our kicking game being like it was, we're in field goal range right there if nothing else.
The holding call pushes us back. So we kind of started shooting ourselves in the foot here. So now the quarterback goes under center. Now the whistles are going to blow to
somebody's got the wrong gloves on.
Play dead. That's exactly what's happening. They're taking Grissom's got to come off the field.
Oh my goodness.
Was I this negative last year about the officiating?
I was during that game. And y'all laughed. I just ripped them the whole time. But yeah, it got out of hand at times.
I love baseball umpires.
Oh Lord. I thought we were going to AI.
Well, I was just trying to.
We might have to.
Just trying to keep everybody happy.
Quarterback goes under center for a quarterback sneak, and it looks like they're going to mark him down with the first down. So 1st and 10, Tigers.
Well, here's what's bad. So we talked about it being a trap game, right? Grissom gets a 12-point lead off of, 2 just big plays. They can't really manage and sustain anything else. From this point on, it's game management for these guys.
Absolutely.
It is game management, clock management for these guys, and that's not a good place for us to be in if we can't get some offense going.
So man in motion with a single back. Snap is over the head of the quarterback. Oh, and they're going to rule the play dead.
Wrong shoes.
Can't touch the football with those gloves.
I don't understand. So false start on Grissom's going to move them back. But I tell you, man, I thought we had something there.
No. You didn't watch the first quarter, did you? Anytime we get something going, it gets negated.
Well, that's what you talk about, trying to get some offense going. We actually did on that last drive.
Yeah.
We just didn't finish the drive.
Well, we've seen that out of the Jets before.
So single back in the backfield, quarterback in the pistol, looking to throw.
Uh-oh.
He's got to get out of the pocket because it collapsed. Now he throws it back to the original line of scrimmage. It's caught. Boy, he just threw that down into the dirt. And for the reception, so a 5-yard reception there brings up 3rd down.
Well, that's what we talked about. We've got them deep in their territory. This is the 3rd down. We need to stop them.
So 9:39 and counting, 12-0 your score. 2nd down, check that. It's 2nd down and 9. Rollout pass to the flat, penalty flag thrown, caught by number 21, and you're 100% correct. Speed on the outside by those receivers by Grissom they're fast.
And I think they just called targeting on us. No, surely not.
How could they call targeting?
Oh, there was a flag down before that play ended.
2 different flags though.
He slid, but the kid slid,
and we dove over the top
over him.
If we did, it was incidental contact.
And I'm telling you, when we dove over the top of him, that's when that flag came out.
Listen at Kirk throwing out the incidental.
I mean that
you're starting to get heated like Truett is over here.
But
it's frustrating. Yes, it's frustrating.
So there's got to be a hold in the middle, correct?
We would
no
think.
doubt. There's a hold in the middle.
They are not in a hurry to figure it out.
Man.
So looking at I'm waiting on the official.
There's the hold.
Hold. Personal foul.
Tripping.
Against both of them. Okay.
Well, it happened right there.
Kirk is so much better right now.
I tell you, my face was about to get real red.
You were starting to get a little animated.
I was about to start running in the red.
Yeah.
Let's just tell you, man.
Sorry, Coach. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, it happened right at the guy where he slid, and I don't know if they said he kicked his foot up and tripped our guy, because one of our guys went flying over the top. So I'm not sure. I guess
I would imagine it might have been right behind the guy who slid.
I guess so. Strange.
Yeah, this has not been a great exhibition of football by either side.
Well, it goes back to, at least for us, what we talked about.
Yes.
A little lull mentally.
So they got two splits to either side, running back by himself. They're going to hand it off to him on a nice trap as he broke free and crossed the original line of scrimmage again down to about the 16-yard line.
I'm not sure who laid that hit for us, but they are not getting up real fast.
No, they're not.
Is that Jay Young?
Trying to get a number here.
Well, I'm telling you, he came in there.
41.
Oh, that was
that is Hollins.
Remember,
who we called his name a lot last week.
Last week at the end of the game.
The James?
Yes, James Hollins. But he's got a little limp coming off the field, but he smoked that guy.
You know, we normally brag on Tank Ezel, for really forcing double teams and kind of holding his ground right there. There's a few times they've been able to bust one up there in the middle that Tank's not able to hold his ground. They're doing a great job of kind of pushing him out of the way and just turning those shoulders where the running back's got a crease.
So now they come in on this third down at about 7. I'm just trying to figure out where we're at here. Okay, third down and 7 at the 18.
It's been like a yo-yo.
It's just the way that they were coming onto the field after that injury timeout, in and out of the hands of the receiver. So that brings up fourth down. So here we go, guys. We get the ball.
He heard footsteps right there.
Yeah, he did. That's the first time we've come after him.
Hands, and I'm talking about the receiver even. It hit him right in the hands as the corner was barreling down on him, and he just said, no, thank you.
Here we go again. Grissom's punting from the shadows of their own end zone.
So Doty is going to stand at the 50 right in the middle of the A&M
I was going to say,
logo.
we should get this one on the plus side of the 50.
I tell you what, they've got that little shadow box kind of bulldog face down there on the field.
Yeah, I got you.
That's kind of cool.
I wasn't sure where you were going with that.
It's all right. Trust me.
Shadow box, and when I heard you on the radio.
Shadow box.
Here we go. That's a line drive punt, and it's going to take a bounce, and it's going to take a James Clemens bounce and just kind of die at the 50-yard line. I don't know what that guy was doing. So he kind of kicked it instead of downing it. So it's going to be 1st and 10, James Clemens from their own 50. Let's take this opportunity to go to our North Alabama Gas District scoreboard.
Yep.
I'm going to get it all out.
It's a trap game for you too, buddy.
It seems like it as we take a look at the scores. Athens 21, Jasper nothing. That's in the second. Priceville 14, East Limestone 7 in the second quarter. Florence and Bob Jones. Bob Jones 7-0 in the first. Russellville 7, Ardmore nothing. Central Florence 7, West Limestone nothing. Austin 16, Albertville nothing. And that's your North Alabama Gas District scoreboard serving Madison, Muscle Shoals, and Town Creek. Always call 811 before you dig. As Gideon gets the ball, runs up the middle, and takes 2 with him as he gets 13 on the carry.
Yeah, we went back to zone that time, and all of our offensive linemen did a great job of getting on that railroad track and, head to hip, and did a great job of pushing that line out.
So update on the score, Bob Jones and Florence knotted up at 7 apiece in the first quarter.
And that's the other ththing. We talked about this game. Bob Jones put a whipping on Grissom. I mean, it was just ugly. And so with us getting the win at Bob Jones, you feel like you're coming in here the better team, and we certainly haven't shown it yet.
So handoff to Gideon, makes one man miss, finally gets drugged down at about the 45-yard line. So pickup of 3 yards on that carry. So 2nd and 7 for James Clemens.
The penetration that Grissom is bringing is just impressive. The entire first quarter and so far in the second quarter.
Well, it's not what you would expect with the offensive line, the experience of the offensive line we've talked about. And you would think they would come into this game and kind of manhandle and control the line. And we have at times.
But they're few in between right now.
So going to hand it off to Barry. Barry makes a cut right there at the 25-yard line. Punishing run there to finish it off. Down at the 25, picks up the first down for the Jets.
And that's why the zone's dangerous, because when that crease isn't there or when you create penetration on the play side, there's always that cutback off that last guy's hip. And that time he finds it and takes it for a first down.
And not afraid to hit it.
No, he is not.
I think he encourages you to be in his way.
Yeah, he doesn't mind contact.
So 2 splits to the far side, Little and Doty.
Zone again.
Flick it out there to Doty. Doty cuts into the inside, down to the 10, the 5.
Hey.
Touchdown, James Clemens. Ty Doty with a touchdown reception from Jacoby Gill. 25-yard touchdown reception.
Well, got him in space. He made one man miss, and then it was off to the races. It was a nice little move because they had him kind of hemmed up, it felt like, to the outside. And he made that one little stutter step to the inside, made a guy miss, and there was no safety help in the middle. He just split the difference between the defensive backs that were left.
And great job by Coach Truitt of setting that play up by running zone 2 times in a row, then coming back, and your line giving the zone blocking look so that you hold all those linebackers in place.
So the extra point is good with 7 minutes remaining in the first half. Grissom 12, James Clemens gets on the board with 7. You're listening to Jets football on PAS Plus.
At Walk-On Sports Bistro, our love for the game, community, and heart of a walk-on make you feel like family the moment you walk in. Wings, shrimp, and burgers made from scratch, wall-to-wall TVs, and signature drinks. Founded by 2 LSU walk-ons, Walk-On Sports Bistro brings the cuisine, the culture, and the community to life. Always fun, never forced, and our doors are open to anyone. Walk-On Sports Bistro, 8368 Highway 72 West in Madison. Walk-On Sports Bistro.
Welcome back to James Clemens football on PAS Plus up here in the press box at Alabama A&M's Louis Cruz Stadium.
Yes, we are.
For this home game for the Grissom Tigers as James Clemens, again, finally gets on the board with a 25-yard reception from Gil to Doty. Touchdown reception. Gets us on the board 7 to 12.
I'll tell you what, if we don't get this game in better hands before halftime, we need to go back down like 2 stories up for the second half broadcast.
I'll tell you what, we'll have to do something.
Go sit outside like we did. Where was that? Grissom, Milton Frank last year?
Milton Frank.
Yeah, Milton Frank will sit
outside.
outside. That's right. I forgot about doing Milton Frank at the end of the year.
Yeah.
That was our last home game together. Our away game together.
Away game.
Yeah.
Yep. So here's something odd. Both teams still have all 3 timeouts.
Man, we've had no Lamberger talk.
No, we have not done our timeout with Tzatziki's. Once we have our first timeout of the game, we will announce the winner of our timeout with Tzatziki's. But that hasn't happened yet. Ortiz kicks high, fielded at the 3. Yes. Good coverage right now. If they can get down there on him, and they do, collapsing on him down to about the 18-yard line. Had him at the 15. He was able to get 3 more yards. So 1st and 10, Grissom from their own 18.
I've never seen a kick returner just use a head fake. Didn't
like he was a point
change
guard.
directions, didn't use his body, just head fake. And,
like
and nobody bid on it.
None. Nobody bid. So tune in for Play Action Sports Update 3 times each weekday for school, youth, and amateur sports news from the Limestone County area. You can check that out on 1080 AM WKAC. Back to the action on the field. James Clemens on defense. 1st and 10, Grissom Tigers from their own 18.
Let's get aggressive. Be aggressive.
So 2 splits to the near, 1 to the far side. 2 running backs in the backfield. No hurry by this offense as the play clock gets under 9. Now we get what we were hoping for.
Did we?
Is it? Could it be? It is. An official's timeout. No.
My name is Johnny.
It's not going to be long enough.
Here's the deal. Somebody before Tuesday at the podcast, we need an explanation for what in the world do they keep sending these kids off for?
I just
no
don't get
knee
it.
pads, the wrong color gloves.
And it's it seems like it's the same kid. So whatever
I
he's doing.
could correct that.
Whatever he's
If it
doing.
was the same one, I believe we could get that corrected.
So finally, Grissom calls a timeout. It's the first timeout of the half, and now it's time for our timeout with Tzatziki's. Go online to PASplus.net, enter your name for timeout with Tzatziki's, and listen during the first timeout of each James Clemens game as we announce the winner of a chicken family feast from Tzatziki's.
Sounds good.
On Highway 72. It's the Tzatziki's Mediterranean Cafe just off of Highway 72 in Madison. And tonight's winner of our family chicken feast for 4 is Sam Woods.
Hey, Sam.
Sam, congratulations. You are a timeout with Tzatziki's winner. And if you want to enter your name into the drawing, all you got to do is go online to PASplus.net, and you could be next week's winner for a family feast for 4 of chicken.
If Sam's like me and Johnny, he ain't sharing it with the family.
No, it could be. I mean, if it were the 3
That's
of us,
dinner Monday and
extra.
lunch Tuesday.
You think Mr. Woods is related to Mark?
I don't know. I hope so. Maybe.
That guy was a stud here.
I would claim more.
You better believe it.
He had yellow gloves.
Yes, he did.
They just sent you out for that.
So swing power, pass right up the middle, caught by the tight end by Grissom, picks up 4 yards on the play.
Yeah, I think that was a tight end, just ran like a little curl route, set down right underneath the Sam linebacker.
He had plenty of cushion there to do that.
Yeah.
So it brings up 2nd down.
Well, that's, we talk about Achenbach being such a big target, right? If you set that guy down in a zone somewhere, he can kind of box out a linebacker or a corner and make the reception pick up some yards.
So another penalty flag on that pitch to the tailback.
There's been no shortage of that.
No. So that one's going to move them back. I bet it's going to be false start, and I am correct. I am a prognosticator. I am a prophet, and it was false start.
Yeah.
I'm just making stuff
I know
up.
this. Next time we play a game like this, somebody remind me to bring my CPAP machine.
So here we go. 2nd down and long. I'm trying to make it as exciting as I can.
You're doing a great job. It's not you, Kirk.
2nd and 12 for the Tigers. 6:21 remaining in the first half. Going to be a read option. He's going to be met in the backfield. He's going to be pushed back for a major loss on the play. Trying to see who that number was. I believe it's number 41, and that is James Hollins.
He's back
with the stop.
A little sign of life from the defense right there, coming and making something happen. And, they ran a swing route to this side. We had that thing eat up in the backfield. We kind of covered all of our bases there. Great defense.
So here we go. Looks like Coach Gideon is sending in the right plays right there for the defense. 3rd and about 17.
We got a guy lost down there.
Yeah, you do. So now we're going trips, and now we got one guy
going on.
I'm telling you,
he is
Grissom
definitely
player's
not
kind
in
of
a hurry.
lost.
Take your time. No worries.
I'd have just lost my mind as a
I
coach.
know you
better
would
believe
have.
it.
So quick pass out to the flat. Makes one man miss. Makes another man miss. Now he's got some room. Now he's got some blockers. Finally brought down.
Is that Dowdell?
I think it was Dowdell. Bryson Dowdell, open field tackle. I mean, he was the last man to make the tackle.
He was the absolute last resort.
And that's the same guy that had the big touchdown
I
earlier.
think so.
I mean, he is quick.
He's quick. I mean, he made 6 guys miss and cut back, not just to the middle of the field. He was cut back across the field.
Is that number 2?
Yeah,
Tristan
number 2.
Taylor.
He had the 87-yard touchdown reception in the first quarter. So 12-7 your score. As now Grissom on a 4th and 12 are going to punt it back to the Jets as Doty is standing on his own 45.
I don't know if you know this, but they're in the shadow of their own end.
They are.
They are. Oh, and it's a bad snap. It's a bad snap. He's going to be tackled in the end zone. Now he's going to try to throw it out. It's going to be
that's where
down
we get it,
at the 5-yard line.
Yeah.
So special teams with a huge play there on a bad snap
Man, I'm
by
gonna
Grissom.
tell you, it's just football IQ. He would have been so much smarter to throw that thing out of the back of the end zone,
get the safety,
and give up 2 points rather than give them the ball inside the 6 right here.
All that's happening so fast.
It is,
and it probably an inexperienced punter back there.
But that's the thing. You practice those things. I mean, you should be practicing those things. Your punter, whether he's plays another position or not, he's got to know. Man, you give up 2 points almost all day long rather than give them a chance
Well, unfortunately, like you and I have seen in our own game, they're still 14 to 18-year-olds.
Oh, that's a very good point.
They've probably practiced that, and he just panicked.
Yeah.
So the officials gather at the 5 to have a discussion.
Because
I'm not.
When he threw that ball, I mean, like where?
Yeah, the issue could be.
Was it intentional groundings?
Oh, I didn't think about it.
Because it didn't get past to the line of scrimmage.
I did not think about intentional grounding.
They're moving it back to the line of scrimmage like an incomplete pass.
Okay, that would make more sense. Incomplete pass.
Okay. So they're saying okay, I got you now.
That would make more sense.
So it didn't get to the line of scrimmage, so is that not intentional groundings?
Not unless there was a guy in orange over here where he's throwing.
Well, there wasn't a guy.
He wasn't in the tackle box anymore either.
Still got to get past the line of scrimmage.
Still got to get past the line of scrimmage. All right, nevertheless, they're going to mark it back to wherever Grissom was. So it's back to the 17-yard line. So 1st and 10, James Clemens from the Grissom 17. Going to hand it off to Gideon. Gideon finds a hole, cuts it to the outside. Going to be tackled short of the 10 as he gets all the way out there to the 11-yard line. And he, again, continues to make people miss.
Okay, I figured out what Grissom's thinking here. With more guys on the line, right, we're holding up the zone. But even when we create that crease in the zone, your linebackers are not over pursuing because we've got extra defenders in front of them. So they've been able to kind of stagger him. That's why he gets through, then he has to kind of cut back in. They're doing a good job defensively of forcing us just to or not give up big plays, I guess I should say.
So I formation, Barry and Gideon in the backfield, penalty flag on the play.
Oh my gosh.
So I don't know if we're jumping, if we're making movement. It's really hard to see from way up here, and that's what they say is false start. So we're going to bring us back. I don't think that Stretch is keeping up with penalties.
He should be.
And
could be the story of the game.
It could be the story of the game.
He'd probably run out of lead in that pencil if he is.
Well, he's got my son with him, so hopefully between the two of them, they're coming up with a plan for halftime.
Could be trouble.
They may be asleep.
Yeah. No, I see them over there.
No.
They moved to the press box area.
So they could talk.
Because I kind of gave them they were talking in the back. So Gill's going to hand it off to Gideon. Gideon's going to fight his way forward on second down. Still short of the 10. So back to where he was after on that first down run. So second down or third down and about 6 for the Jets from the 17? Nope, 12. Man, see, I knew it was the wrong hash mark. I was looking at the wrong lines. So from the 12, so third down, got to get to the 9 for a first down. So here we go.
Are you in 4-down territory?
Absolutely.
I think you are.
Absolutely.
You're 12 to 7. I know it doesn't seem like it's out of hand, but I think you want to make a statement here. So Gideon goes around to the outside, gets tackled short of the first down marker. Let's see if they give it to him. As he knocked that first down marker on the ground. Now they're going to say he's a yard short. Yeah, you're definitely 4-down territory.
You know, being this close, I say yes. But, you know, we're confident in Ortiz. We're confident in our kicking game. We're confident in our long snapper. You may just want to get those 3 points on the board, but
doesn't look like it.
Let's see what Coach McGee's doing.
He's calling
timeout.
And so Coach McGee is going to call – no, they're going to say Grissom called the timeout. With 2:50 remaining in the first half, Grissom 12, James Clemens 7. You're listening to Jets Football on PAS+.
If you're looking to make your business stand out, save yourself some time and make ApparelLab in Madison your first call. ApparelLab will help you grow your brand with custom t-shirts and hoodies using their unique direct-to-garment printing. Laser engraving can put your design on mugs and tumblers. Plus, they can help with custom-designed hats, stickers, banners, signs, decals, and much more. ApparelLab. Call 344-4656 or visit them online at apparellab.inc and on Facebook and Instagram. Located in the Madison Mall Shopping Center on Old Madison Pike. ApparelLab.
Welcome back to James Clemens Football right here on PAS+. 2:50 remaining in the first half. Grissom 12, James Clemens 7, but James Clemens with a 4th and 1 opportunity here as the ball is marked. Looks like it's marked at the 8-yard line. Got to get to the 7. Okay, so I was a little bit off on my yardage because the way that thing was on the other side. I'm telling you, we are way up high, and my eyes are not as good as they were 20 years ago.
You don't have to explain yourself to us.
I know.
Ain't as good as I once was.
So Gill's going to keep it himself on a quarterback sneak. Is going to be pushed forward on the tush push, still on his feet.
No way.
Touchdown.
Gets into the end zone. Touchdown, James Clemens.
We thought it would stop.
8 yards out. It's Jacoby Gill on the tush push.
Well, and he's not a little guy.
No, he's not.
And with those guys up front, they just got to push and didn't quit. You know, it all looked like it stalled where he barely got the first down, and then all of a sudden there was a massive push forward, and he went right to the end zone. A surge. So that's big right before half.
Big time right
and we
before
get the ball back to start the second half.
Yeah, a little mo.
So here we go. Ortiz lines up for the extra point. Laughlin, the holder. Coleman with the snap. Kick is up through the uprights, and it is good with 2:40 remaining in the opening half. James Clemens finally takes the lead. 14-12 your score. You're listening to Jets Football on PAS+.
Whether you're an experienced golfer or a total beginner, Madison Golf Center has the largest, most up-to-date practice range in North Alabama, including a complete teaching center with the best and most experienced instructional staff available at your convenience. Madison Golf Center features the most complete driving range facility around, with a large grass tee area allowing for 100 hitting stations a day with a 14-day rotation. Open every day year-round and located at 401 Lime Quarry Road, between Wall Triana and Hughes Road. Madison Golf Center.
Welcome back to James Clemens Football on PAS Plus. 2:40 remaining in the opening half. Is lots of confusion going on.
Stretch is fired up. He's ready for halftime.
He's excited about the stats.
You talking about Chase?
Oh, Chase.
Carson.
We're going to have Larry on at half, too.
Larry Ranks.
So 14-12 your score. James Clemens on top. As Ortiz lines up to kick off. Foot to leather. Here we go. We're going to be fielded at about the 1 yard line, short of the goal line. Probably would have been better off letting that go in the end zone. And he's going to be met and stopped at the 16-yard line.
Maybe he should have went with a head fake again.
Yeah, a little Grissom sandwich about the 11.
So 1st and 10, Grissom from their own, what's that, 13-yard line?
I trust you, Bubba.
I'm trying. So again, Grissom with poor field position, but yet they've got 12 points on the board. What'd you say?
I said, have you said that yet tonight?
I mean, it's just awful field position, but they were able to score 2 touchdowns. 1 on a turnover. So 2 splits to the top side, 1 to the near. Going to be handoff to the running back up the middle. He's going to be met at the line of scrimmage, falls forward for 3 yards. That's number 34, Woodruff for the Tigers, as we're under 2.5 minutes remaining in the opening half.
And looking down there, I mean, we still have all 3 of our timeouts. I was curious.
Yeah.
Are we going to try and use those and get another possession here before the half? I mean, we talked about it Tuesday. We talked about it earlier. I mean, you want to put this game out of hand as quick as you can. You want to kill any momentum or any hope that they have of staying in it.
Yeah, and if you could grab one more score before half and then get the ball back.
So a quick pass deflected up in the air and almost intercepted. I didn't see who knocked it down, but I did see who almost made the interception. Mason Rose just barely off of his fingertips.
Well, it looks like it's one of our linebackers that went through his hands right there and just popped it straight up in the air, and it fell in no man's land.
So 3rd down, clock stops on the incomplete pass. So it'll be 3rd down and 7 for the Tigers. They got to get all the way to their 22-yard line for a 1st down. 1:55 remaining in this opening half, and they have no urgency. They must think the game clock is going. Now the play clock is under 8 seconds.
They've been hanging out with the referees.
So quick pass again. In and out of the hands of the receiver. Clock stops, and that's that quick receiver that number 2, Tristan Taylor, and it just in and out of his hands brings 4th down.
Really unhappy with himself, too, because he knows he had the opportunity to turn another big play up.
Right here, because you could see it. If he comes in, he's coming all the way to our side.
He's got a line. He's got an opportunity to make a big play right there. The biggest thing for them would be to just maintain possession of the ball and keep the clock going.
No doubt. So now with 4th down, they're going to have to punt, and that has not been their strong suit tonight. As Doty's going to line up at the 50, probably could come in a little bit more if he wanted to, and Coach is telling him that as he crosses the 50 over into Grissom territory to field this punt. And it's a line drive punt that's going to take a James Clemens bounce out of bounds at the 44-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10, James Clemens in Grissom territory with 1:41 remaining. That clock was still running after the whistle blew.
Have we started – we had 1 series we've started in our territory. Is that correct?
That's it.
I think 2.
No.
2. Yeah. Yeah, we had 2.
One down here earlier.
They've scored 2 touchdowns, so we've been able to – we've had to.
Oh, because we've fielded 2 kickoffs.
Fielded 2 kickoffs. So
there you go.
Yeah.
That's the only 2.
Yeah.
Not the best play-by-play in the league.
Yeah.
For nothing.
Don't question.
We don't question you.
That's sarcasm. That was a sarcastic.
I kind of did.
A little bit, but I forgive you. Here we go. Doty in motion as we're in I formation. Going to fake the handoff to Gideon. Gil looking to throw it.
Oh, my gosh.
He just underthrows.
Did you see Little down the side?
It's got both those guys.
Underthrows Achenbach.
He just didn't set his feet for either one of them.
I mean, he had Little all the way in the back towards the end zone, completely blew past his coverage.
Yeah, had like a 7-yard cushion on that guy trying to defend him.
So 2nd down and 10 for the Jets with 1.5 minutes remaining in the opening half.
Allow myself to introduce myself.
Trips to the near side. Now we're going to hand it off to Barry. Barry with a big run, cuts it to the inside, down to the 25, to the 20.
He's got a blocker down here.
No holding, guys. Cuts it to the inside. Gets to the goal. Do they give it to him?
No.
They say he's down at the 1-yard line.
We got one signaling a touchdown.
Come on, I just need that guy.
I only need one of them to say it, right?
So, touchdown, James Clemens.
We weren't sure there. Just like everything else when you got Huntsville Crew.
So 45-yard touchdown run by Cam Barry.
Oh, man.
What a nice job by Cam cutting back and finding that blocker.
Well, and the biggest shot, forgive me for not catching the number and who that was, but the receiver down on this side just stayed with his block for a good 10, 15 yards.
And that's why I was saying, don't hold.
Yeah.
And he just did what he had to do. And Ortiz's extra point is good. Now, all of a sudden, 21 unanswered points as James Clemens, 21, Grissom, 12, with 1:20 remaining in the first half. You're listening to Jets football on PAS+.
Local sports are brought to you in part by Limestone County Commission Chairman Colin Daly. Visit the County Commission page at limestonecounty-al.gov to keep up with what's going on in the county and find out what ranks us in the top 5% in the state. You can also call Colin at 256-233-6400 or on his cell phone at 256-800-4544.
Welcome back to James Clemens football on PAS+. There's 1:20 remaining in the first half. 21-12 your score. James Clemens on top as Ortiz lines up to kick off after a nice 45-yard touchdown run by Barry.
Very nice run.
Just a beautiful run. Just been waiting for that to happen.
Well, we're starting to get into the hang of it, it seems like. 21 unanswered points. We talked about how important it would be to put up a score right there before the half, especially if we get another stop right here. So now you're carrying that kind of momentum in the halftime and come out and we're going to get the ball back.
So here we go. Kickoff. Not quite as end over end, and it's going to roll towards the sideline. It's going to be fielded at the 6, and he's going to be met at the 15, gets his way close to the 20 before he's brought down. It's going to be 1st and 10. Again, Grissom from their own 18. That seems like a broken record.
Ortiz has got one of the strangest approaches on kickoff.
So slow.
I mean, it's
so slow coming up to it.
Slow. It's a creep, and then those last 2 or 3 steps, he really gets after it. I mean, I don't know how they've worked on getting their timing down for kickoff team, but that'd be tough with Ortiz.
Well, because, most guys you see get a little jog going into that.
Get a little jog, and then you pick up the pace, and not Ortiz, baby. He's a creeper.
But I think back 2 years ago when he kicked for the first time.
Yeah.
And just his abilities to improve over 3 years. Yeah. Even over last year.
Tons of growth.
He was really good last year, or consistent, but this year his leg strength has just improved dramatically. So they're going to hand it off to the running back, number 34, for Grissom, and he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage.
Now we're going to use those timeouts.
Yeah.
I think it's very valuable, especially.
Why not?
So James Clemens with the timeout
Can't keep him
on the field. All you got to do is go online to well, I don't know what I'm going to read. Go to tailgatetalk.net, enter your nominations for the Applebee's Athlete of the Week, and vote on the weekly poll. We'll announce the winner Saturday between 10 and noon on Applebee's Tailgate Talk on WKAC. The winner receives a gift card from Athens Applebee's and a Tailgate Talk T-shirt from that shirt printing place.
Are we doing movie quotes?
We are. We are going to do a movie quote, and I was just about to say that.
No, we have done a movie quote.
We have, but I haven't promoted. But
bad timing.
That was bad timing, but we'll get it in. All you got to do is listen for the in-flight movie quote during our James Clemens coverage. We'll sneak in a movie quote at some point as part of our play-by-play commentary. And if you know what the movie it is, what it's from, all you got to do is let us know. Text your name and the answer to 256-434-1727, and you could win a $10 credit to Honest Coffee Roasters in Madison.
That's some good coffee.
It is some good coffee.
I could use one right now.
We didn't have a winner last week, so we I wonder if it's
2 for 1 today.
We can make it a carryover. I don't know. We'll talk to Tim about it. So 2nd and 7 for the Tigers. They're going to hand it off to the running back. He's going to dodge his way forward past the 25, down to the 26, still short of the first down. So it brings up 3rd down and short for the Tigers as James Clemens calls another timeout.
And I got tickled at Coach McGee. He is right on the hip of that official down there on the sideline trying to get that timeout before the play was even blown dead.
So 3rd down and 2, or 3rd down and 3 roughly, and we still got one more timeout in our pocket.
Yeah, and depending on what we can do right here, you may be one play and then in field goal range, 2 plays and then in field goal range. So either way, taking a shot at the end zone deep, it's valuable to get that opportunity.
So 59 seconds, 59.1 to be exact, on the game clock.
You're precise.
I'm trying to be. Something my wife asked me to just kind of work on.
Being precise?
A little bit.
Because she listens and doesn't follow well?
He just meant life in general, I think.
I think it's just life in general. So 3rd and short for the Tigers with 59 seconds coming out of the timeout. James Clemens with 1 timeout remaining, as they're going to go with 2 splits to either side, single running back, pistol formation by the quarterback. Now he's going to go under center. It's going to be a quarterback sneak. He's going to push his way forward, and I'm going to
maybe the second effort got it.
Maybe got a little push on that one. So they're going to pick up the first down as they were able to cross the 30-yard line. So they're going to whistle that one dead, or stop the play clock as they move the chains. And then once everybody gets set, clock's going to start to run, and it does, as we're under 50 seconds now in the first half.
You know who I really admire here tonight?
Talk to me.
Lane Rinks.
The 3 people sitting at the 50-yard line so high up on the visitors.
I see that way up there.
You talking about in the top row?
No, they're on the top row. I didn't notice those people. I'm talking about the people dead center of the middle.
So quarterback's going to roll out.
That's our JC Twitter Live.
They're saying it's intercepted.
They intercepted. Did they throw?
They threw the ball.
Coach Gideon's fired up over here.
And they did. They threw it down, and we picked it off.
I'm so confused.
Turnover with 20 seconds remaining in the first half.
This is where we need replay. I was worried about those 3 people in the stands.
Same.
Over there.
I apologize to everybody for bringing our attention to that.
So an interception.
I thought they were just going to knee it, go to the house.
And we have 1 timeout remaining. We got time for a play to get us maybe closer to the middle of the field.
Well, if we're smart here, we can get 3 plays in. Actually,
I like your aggressiveness, Coach Kimbrough.
We still have 1 timeout, correct?
So yes. So Doty goes in motion. You got Barry in the backfield along with Gill, the quarterback. Looking to pass. Throws it towards the end zone, towards Doty. And in and out of the hands.
There's the flag.
Yeah, that was pass interference all the way. So 7 seconds ran off the clock. So 13.5 are the seconds on the clock.
And I know that's his go-to guy for anybody.
Got to start looking off.
But I'm going to be honest. Lively came open in the middle of the field with nobody around him in the
hole.
Well,
the best throws we've seen Gill make downfield is when he does take the time to look off a safety or to look opposite side of the field and then come back to a route, right? It's never been his first target or his first read that he's thrown really good balls to. His best plays downfield has been when he looks a guy off, comes back to a second or third read.
And it's talking about Lively. That's one of the players that over the course of the first 3 games has really turned into a third receiver between Little and Doty. Obviously, Doty's your playmaker. Little makes some huge plays.
Yeah, but he's commanding more respect,
absolutely.
right? So Lively stepped up into that role.
Absolutely. So now
they didn't like that.
Whistles blows, and Grissom calls their final timeout of the night. We'll keep it here.
I knew that was coming. I knew that was coming.
So ready for it.
He tried to run out. It was like that little muddle. They came out quick into that deal and wanted to hit something quick, and the referees stopped it because did they call timeout?
Grissom called
timeout. Yeah.
He was mad 'cause we didn't snap the ball.
Well, now we got a timeout with 21-12 your score. James Clemens on top.
Hey, tell him run it again.
Run it again.
I'm not saying anything to Coach Truitt right now.
So listen.
He is on about a level 8 for the whole second quarter.
Yeah, we could see him to our left. He's in the coach's box right next to us.
By the way, Coach Gideon, his expression has not changed.
Not one bit. Still smiles.
Just easy and
Cool,
chill.
calm, and collected.
I told you, he's got 3 kids at home. He doesn't get excited about anything.
That's exactly right. So right.
So here we go. 1st and 10 from the 14. 13 seconds remaining. Little split to the top side. Doty split to the near side. Gideon and Barry in the backfield. Going to fake the handoff to the second man through. Now he's going to get rid of it. Throws it out of bounds. Smart play there by Gill as he really had nowhere to throw it once that pocket collapsed on him.
Yeah, smart play that time. Not trying to force something, especially try to throw something into the end zone where you don't have a guy. Really smart play just to get rid of it.
Go ahead and kick it, I guess.
I think that's the wise thing to do. So we're going to try for a field goal here as we're going to line up at about the 20-yard line. That looks like that's where Laughlin's going to set as the holder. So it'll be a 30-yard field goal try by Ortiz. Coleman with the snap. Kick is up. And I'm going to say
they
from
split
here,
the tuning fork.
That is good. 30-yard field goal by Ortiz.
Well, we know from a couple of weeks ago he's got the capability to do about a 34, 36-yarder, right? So that one he booted pretty well.
Well, and what a change of quarters. We go through that first quarter, we're down 12-0, and it looks like the trap game is real.
Yeah, all of us are miserable.
And, we're all miserable, and I'm still not happy. But and now we've reeled off 24 straight points unanswered, and we get the ball back to start the second half.
Yeah, life's not bad right now.
I'm digging the way things are working.
Yeah, still not a fan of the officials, but
Well,
hey,
you guys are coaches.
Got them right.
Maybe Coach Rinks can answer the question about the uniform stuff.
We'll
at
ask
halftime.
him. We'll ask him at halftime. He's waving us off.
He's like,
I can see him in the reflection. He's waving us off.
We're still trying to figure out why they stopped playing send players off for.
And it seems like it's the same player every time.
And it's always in Huntsville.
But again, if it's the same guy, that's so fixable.
I don't know that it is always the same guy. They did it to us too.
If it's the same guy, it's fixable.
You mean the referee? We can get rid of him?
No.
Oh,
if it's the same player.
Listen, this football season for the Wingman. We'll talk to James Clemens coaches and players every week live from Walk On Sports Bistro in Madison.
The Wingman.
You can hear it on PAS Plus app on your Alexa device and online at jcwingman.net. Bringing it all in. Pass. 3 seconds remaining as the heavy wind must have blown that.
Yeah,
well, I knew that wasn't.
I knew stiff wind down there.
I knew it wasn't going to be a kickoff because he was jogging towards it.
Right, exactly. Right. Yeah, and Ortiz didn't run hard enough away from it for it to fall over.
That was as fast as I've seen him run up to a kickoff. So here we go. Now the ball stays on the tee. And he's walking.
Old ladies at the ball walk faster than that.
And look at that high end-over-end kick, and it's going to bounce into the end zone finally. Coach must have told the kickoff returner.
I don't care how he approaches it if he keeps doing that.
If he got a great, I'm not saying it's the wrong way to do it.
He can roll a somersault and then get up at the 5 to do it. It wouldn't matter.
Because he is, that's his job right there. Get it in that end zone, and that's what he does. So 3 seconds remaining in the opening half. 24-12 your score. James Clemens on top, and this should be the final play of the half.
You would think so.
So we'll see if there's any additional stoppage. But we're hoping for one play here.
If I had to put money on the referees.
We thought there was one play a minute ago, but then they'd threw an interception on a kneel down or something.
They did.
I hadn't figured that out.
Weird.
Throw it again.
Did that and cost them 3 points, but that's all right.
And they will
does kneel down. So that'll do it for first half action. Your score, James Clemens 24, Grissom Tigers 12. We'll take it to the field here in just a moment with after this break to hear the James Clemens Marching Band, and then we'll have our halftime interview with James Clemens, Athletic Director, Coach Rinks. You're listening to Jets football right here on PAS Plus.
At Walk On Sports Bistro, our love for the game, community, and heart of a walk-on make you feel like family the moment you walk in. Wings, shrimp, and burgers made from scratch, wall-to-wall TVs, and signature drinks. Founded by 2 LSU walk-ons, Walk On Sports Bistro brings the cuisine, the culture, and the community to life. Always fun, never forced, and our doors are open to anyone. Walk On Sports Bistro, 8368 Highway 72 West in Madison. Walk On Sports Bistro.
Local sports are brought to you in part by Limestone County Commission Chairman Colin Daly. Visit the County Commission page at limestonecounty-al.gov to keep up with what's going on in the county and find out what ranks us in the top 5% in the state. You can also call Colin at 256-233-6400 or on his cell phone at 256-800-4544.
Athens Utilities comprises Athens Electric, Athens Gas, and Athens Water Services. Together, we are committed to providing reliable and affordable electricity, natural gas, and water and wastewater services. We operate as part of the City of Athens, and just like our city's motto of Athens is classic, Southern, character, we believe in supporting what makes our community special. And that includes local sports. Call 233-8750. Come by our office at 508 South Jefferson Street or look for the link online at athensal.us.
If you're looking to make your business stand out, save yourself some time and make Apparel Lab in Madison your first call. Apparel Lab will help you grow your brand with custom t-shirts and hoodies using their unique direct-to-garment printing. Laser engraving can put your design on mugs and tumblers. Plus, they can help with custom-designed hats, stickers, banners, signs, decals, and much more. Apparel Lab. Call 344-4656 or visit them online at apparellab.inc and on Facebook and Instagram. Located in the Madison Mall Shopping Center on Old Madison Pike. Apparel Lab.
Keep up with local school, travel, youth, and amateur sports throughout the week with the Play Action Sports Update. Listen weekday mornings at 7:30 and weekday afternoons at 1:30 and 3:30 as we bring you the latest scores, news, and announcements from Limestone County and surrounding communities. That's the Play Action Sports Update 3 times a day, Monday through Friday on 1080 WKAC.
Welcome back to James Clemens Football right here on PAS Plus. 24-12 your score at halftime. James Clemens on top of Grissom. Let's take it to the field and listen to the James Clemens Marching Band perform at halftime.
Tonight, come along with us and celebrate the one, the only king of rock and roll, Elvis Presley! And now, under the field direction of drum majors Sarah Joy, Logan Pollard, and Cannon Spital, please welcome the James Clemens High School Marching Band!
That was the James Clemens Marching Band with their rendition from Elvis. Always do a good job each and every halftime. You can listen to the full show. Just join us at Madison City School Stadium for our home games as they put on a performance that is spectacular each and every week. We'll take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk to James Clemens Athletic Director Lane Rinks. You're listening to Jets Football on PAS+.
North Alabama Gas District has provided safe, reliable, and economical natural gas service to Madison and surrounding areas of Limestone County for over 40 years. However, accidents and leaks do sometimes occur. If you smell odors similar to rotten eggs or notice other possible signs of a gas leak, such as a fire or explosion, a blowing or hissing sound, or blowing dust or bubbling water, leave the area immediately, avoid ignition sources, warn others, and from a safe location, contact us immediately at 256-772-0227. And remember to call 811 before you dig. North Alabama Gas District, we take safety seriously.
Whether you're an experienced golfer or a total beginner, Madison Golf Center has the largest, most up-to-date practice range in North Alabama, including a complete teaching center with the best and most experienced instructional staff available at your convenience. Madison Golf Center features the most complete driving range facility around, with a large grass tee area allowing for 100 hitting stations a day with a 14-day rotation. Open every day year-round and located at 401 Lime Quarry Road, between Wall Triana and Hughes Road. Madison Golf Center.
When Keith and Amy Richards went on a Greek vacation in 1997, their goal was to create savory foods from simple ingredients. Thus, Tzatziki's Mediterranean Cafe was born with their healthy spin on traditional Greek food in the form of salads, gyros, sandwiches, and soups. Tzatziki's Mediterranean Cafe, located at 105 Brookridge Drive, Suite A, just off Highway 72 in Madison. Open Monday through Sunday, 10:30 a.m. till 9 p.m. Call 724-6554 or visit them online at Tzatziki'sCafe.com. Tzatziki's Mediterranean Cafe. Originality is our nationality.
We know you want to look good. Chopping Blades Barbershop knows it too, and they're passionate about making their clients look great. Men, women, kids, doesn't matter. You can just walk on in their location at 7985 Highway 72 Suite 2 in Madison or call 256-325-3230. Check out Chopping Blades on Facebook too. Chopping Blades Barbershop.
Now on a platform near you, the only year-round weekly podcast covering the Huntsville Havoc, the Wreakin' Havoc Podcast. News, interviews, and more. Dropping every Thursday, we'll just reek of the Huntsville Havoc. Check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and listen, follow, and subscribe on your favorite platform via the PAS Plus app and online at wreakinhavoc.com.
Welcome back to James Clemens Football right here on PAS Plus. Kirk Pierce in the broadcast booth along with Tim Lambert, our color commentators, Johnny Johnson, Brad Kimbrough, taking a break right now during halftime, but glad to have a guest up here with me. It's my second time talking to this individual. First time I got to meet him was at the Wingman podcast a few weeks ago. And bringing to the microphone right now, Athletic Director at James Clemens, Coach Lane Rinks. Coach Rinks, glad to have you back.
Thanks for having me back.
Yeah, man. Well, listen, so I'm just going to go ahead and ask this first question right off the bat. How are you enjoying your first season as Athletic Director James Clemens?
Man, I'm really enjoying it. You know, it's starting to slow down a little bit. You know, once we get all the eligibility stuff worked out and scheduling and officials and the procedures, you try to get it in place early in the season. And I'm sure it'll pick back up for winter sports here shortly. But you know, we got things off the ground with our fall sports having good seasons and our football season, obviously. Swimming's doing great. Cross country is doing well, and our volleyball team is competing really well. So you know we're up and rolling along and starting the year off strong. And so I'm excited to see what the other sports bring as the year goes on.
Well, another team that's doing decent on the year so far, 3-0. Coming in tonight, the Jets, kind of a slow start, though, against this team. Grissom Tigers, that railed off 12-0, and now we were able to get 24 unanswered points to lead the score 24-12 at halftime.
Yeah, I mean, a great comeback here. It would be really easy for a team with, you know, that wasn't very mentally tough to get down and stay down.
Sure.
Because this Grissom team has a lot of good athletes on it. They got a couple of kids that are committed to D1. But, you know, it's still a team you feel like you're supposed to beat.
Sure.
And so when you go down 2 scores real early, it's be real easy to hang your head. But give a lot of credit to our coaches for not losing their minds and making sure our kids didn't lose their minds and hanging in there and making the plays when we needed to make them. And, you know, a game like this, you know, if you're going to go down early in a game where you kind of get the deer in headlights look, you'd rather it be earlier in the season against a team you're supposed to beat rather than late in the season against a much more disciplined and polished team.
Sure.
Where it's going to make it much more difficult for you to come back. And so this would be a great learning opportunity for this team. You know, give credit to Coach McGee for rallying the troops here in the first half, and let's keep it going in the second half and get out of here.
So historically, I'm just going to go ahead and say it right now. That sounded like a coach's pep talk at halftime, and that's not lost on us. That I refer to you as Coach Rinks, even though you're the athletic director now, you're still a coach at heart, and you've coached a lot. But you've got some history at James Clemens. I know a lot of people probably know this, but you just dropped a little bit of history for me right here during our break. What was that history?
Well, I'm having a lot of flashbacks, going all the way back to 2013. So what is that? That's 11 years ago.
Yeah.
It was James Clemens' second year as a program. Went winless the first year.
Mm-hmm.
But we came here as our week 1 in 2013 and got the first program win here at Lewis Cruz Stadium against J.O. Johnson. So that was 11 years ago today. We got our first victory at James Clemens. So nice to be back here. Hopefully get another win here tonight.
Yeah. And Johnson kind of morphed into a new school, Mae Jemison.
Mm-hmm.
Still the Jaguars, but they are Mae Jemison. Well, so how many years did you coach here when you were here at James Clemens in the beginning?
I coached 4 years. I came with Wade Waldrop in 2013 and coached. I was defensive coordinator for 4 years, and there was, we were talking before the game about the amount of youth that's on this team and the youth that's playing, and even across some of our other sports. Volleyball's got a lot of youth right now, and our softball team's going to have a lot of youth this year, and I think that helped. The first couple of years that I coached here, all we had was youth.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't have any juniors. We didn't have any seniors. So, we were sort of forced to play with 9th and 10th graders, even some 8th graders. And so, but I think that made us better. I know it made me a better coach because
Sure.
We had to really work with what we had. But it obviously made the kids a lot better because they got a lot more experience. And so by the time they were juniors and seniors, they were great leaders, great athletes. They knew the game. had a lot of experience, and so that contributed to our success. And I can see that's what's going to happen here across a lot of our sports that are in a similar situation now.
Yeah, I know Coach Johnny Johnson talked about, and you mentioned softball too with Coach Kimbrough just a minute ago. Both of them have, they've had some really senior heavy squads these past couple of years, but now they have some youth. And I was able to call Liberty Middle School last night, football games, and the talent that's going to be coming up into this high school, feeding in from Liberty. It's some talent coming.
It's incredible. It really is. That's all you hear about. I was at Liberty this morning talking with a few of their coaches, and they were just ranting and raving about the quality of kids that are coming up out of Liberty right now is really incredible. And so we're excited.
The next couple of years, the next several years, you don't want to call it a farm system, but it's a feeder from the middle school into the high school. And the way this community, and we talked about this on the podcast with you, coming in 2013 and just seeing the county line culture grow to what it has evolved into, it's got to be exciting for you.
Oh, it absolutely is. That was, I think we talked about it on the podcast, but, we didn't know what the culture was going to be.
Sure.
And so it's awesome to see what it is today, what it's turned into, and the number of people who contributed to that, and, the amount of work that's gone into creating that culture. And, now it's our job to sustain it. Mm-hmm. And I think we've got the right people here to be able to do that with folks like Johnny and Coach McGee and maybe not Kimbrough, but we'll see.
Well, you got award-winning Coach Johnny Johnson.
That's right, award-winning.
That's you. You put that in there as athletic director. I am the athletic director of the award-winning Coach Johnny Johnson, the baseball coach. He's just shaking his head.
Well, ball don't lie.
Ball doesn't lie. Well, Coach Rinks, I appreciate you joining us at halftime, and I hope the second half we get to see some of these younger players get some playing time later on, hopefully in the fourth quarter. But we got a third quarter, and we're only up by 12, so we got to put some more points on the board.
Yeah, I'm confident in this second half. I think we started to lean on them there in the first half, and started to get a groove there on offense, and defensively started making the plays that we should have made in the first quarter. So I'm optimistic about, and we've done a great job our first three games with second half adjustments. So I don't think tonight should be any different. But got to keep the pedal on the gas, or the foot on the gas, and keep on driving.
Well, let's do it. So we're going to take a break. Coach Rinks, thanks for joining us at halftime. We'll take a break, come back, and we'll get with Stretch, and he'll bring us some first half stats. You're listening to Jets Football on PAS+.
Are pests invading your home or business? Mosquitoes embedded on your property? Maybe excessive crawl space moisture has attracted unwanted visitors. Then call Red Hawk Pest Control, offering residential and commercial pest control, mosquito and brown recluse management, stinging insect control, foundation vents, and many other services to North Alabama and Southern Tennessee. Red Hawk aims to be more than just a service provider. They want to build a long-term relationship with each customer. Call Red Hawk Pest Control at 256-975-8817. Visit them on Facebook or online at redhawkpestcontrol.com. Since 2014, Honest Coffee Roasters has believed that coffee should be both delicious and of the highest quality. Full-service craft coffee shops locally owned in Madison and Huntsville, they source their coffee directly from farmers around the world, so they know the quality in each cup. And not only coffee, breakfast, lunch, acai bowls, and seasonal treats, too. Order online at honesthsv.coffee. Honest Coffee Roasters, located at 92 Shorter Street in Madison and 114 Clinton Avenue East, number 106 in Huntsville. Honest Coffee Roasters.
Welcome back to James Clemens Football on PAS+. 24-12 your score. James Clemens on top of Grissom. Still at halftime as the teams are starting to get out there and make their final stretches prior to the second half.
I see the lead in.
I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Going to welcome to the microphone our own Carson Stone Cold Stretch Austin to give us our first half stats. Carson, lay it on us, man.
All right, we'll start with the QB, Jacoby Gill, 6 for 14 passing for 86 yards and a touchdown and an interception, as well as 2 carries for 6 yards and a rushing touchdown on that QB sneak. On the running game, MJ Gideon, 8 carries for 38 yards, as well as a catch for 29 receiving. Cam Berry, 6 carries for 75 yards and a touchdown. On the receiving end, Alex Lively, 1 catch for 14. AJ Little, a catch for 9. Ty Doty, a catch for 25-yard touchdown, as well as 2 carries for 9 yards. Going over to the defense, we have Bryson Dowdell with a tackle, breakup, and an interception. We have tackle for loss from Jaden Young and 3 tackles from James Hollins so far.
So just out of curiosity, how many interceptions is that for Dowdell this year? Do we know?
I can probably look it up in like a couple seconds, but as of now, that's probably going to be a few.
Well, that's something we've talked about, Coach Johnson.
It's probably going to be a few.
Probably going to be a few.
That's the quote of the night.
I think so. So we've talked about that with Dowdell. He has been a defensive force for these guys.
Well, not only just as a defensive back, but as a kick blocker.
Yeah.
He's been all over the field, and he's a guy that should be that guy for us, right? He was on the field a lot last year and got that experience, and pretty athletic kid, and so he's a guy we lean on the defensive backfield.
Well, Stretch, you got any more stats for us, or are we looking good?
Unless you want to hear Anthony Ortiz, 3 of 3 on extra points, as well as a 31-yard field goal.
Man, that's bottoms up right there, man. I love it. Appreciate you bringing us those stats at halftime. Our own Stone Cold Stretch Austin brings it to us each and every week right here on PAS Plus. He'll bring us the final stats after the game. We'll talk to him a little bit more then. So, Coach Johnson, we get the ball back to start the second half, and we ran off 24 unanswered points. How are we looking, you think, for the second half?
Well, I think we have to feel better about ourselves now compared to the way this thing started. And I think, we talked about that letdown coming into a game like this, and it was evident early. But I think we finally got our feet under us and started to kind of impose our will with that run game, which is what we've done well all year. And I think you're going to see more of that in the second half.
Well, Coach Rinks talked about it during halftime when we were interviewing the athletic director, Lane Rinks, and he made the mention, when you're down 12-0, if you're going to get down 12-0 to any team, it needs to be against a team that you're really expected to beat. But we were talking about the letdown game, so obviously we started off that way. But mentally, looks like these guys have kind of readjusted themselves, recalibrated a little bit, and are now ready to play the second half.
Well, it's got to be demoralizing for Grissom to have that hope at 12-0 going in that second quarter, and then all of a sudden you give up 24.
Yeah.
And it really was done, like I said, imposing our will with that run game.
Sure.
We had a few passes there that helped, but you could start to see, like I think Coach Rinks used the word lean on them.
Yeah.
Leaned on them a little bit.
Yeah.
And you could see that happen. So it'll be interesting to see with us getting the ball coming out of the half if we go right back to that same mindset.
Welcome back to the microphone, Coach Kimbrough. Coach Kimbrough, hey, man. So here's a question for you. They were under 30 seconds remaining in the first half, and it was third down for Grissom, and they throw a pass.
Yeah, awkwardly, and I didn't really see it, but
and Dowdell made the interception.
Yeah, really awkward kind of play design or something.
Did you
funny
see
happened there?
No, I didn't see it, but that's what I'm saying. Stretch is the one that told us Dowdell, and I'm like, I knew that he threw it, but I thought it was an odd thing to do with 30 seconds. Why not just punt?
I guess, maybe everybody thinks you're going to kneel it, and so you try to get tricky and sling something out there and get him in space.
It's possible, yeah. Could have been something hokey and, desperation play almost.
So you could go into halftime only down by 9 points, and now you're down by 12.
And it's a very conservative way to play, but we say smart, but if it works out and you put another score on the board, it's genius, right?
Yeah.
So
well, and we all as coaches have done something like that where we think, hey, man,
100%.
we've got a chance to do something, sneak something right here, get an advantage.
Get something
we
cheap.
need to do something like this because we're outmanned a little bit, and you take a chance and do something. And like you said, you're either a hero or a goat. There's no in between on plays like that.
So Grissom getting ready for the second half kickoff. Don't expect much from this kicker.
Wow.
But I am completely out
that
of –
way to set it up.
I did as that rolled into the end zone.
It one-hops the end zone.
Hey, let's be honest. We've not returned a kick from him yet.
We have not.
He's done that line drive into the end zone away from us. On kickoffs, it's been effective.
Yeah.
Now, extra points, forget about it.
So this will be the third time we've started in our own territory.
Good.
Because of kickoffs.
Yeah.
So there you go. So 1st and 10, James Clemens from their own 20 to start the second half. 12 minutes still on the clock. No time ran off. Here we go. We're going to split Little to the near side. It's going to be Gill in the pistol. Looks like it's Barry behind him. Looks over to the sidelines for some adjustments. Gets the hand signals. Now we're going to make the call. Here we go. Looking for the snap. And it's going to be a handoff to Barry. Barry puts his head down. Pushes forward to about the 25-yard line. 5-yard gain. Barry continues to run hard.
That could have been a disaster. The handoff was not real smooth right there. It looked like Barry took that thing instead of in that cradle like you'd like to get it. Almost had like the handoff was high, and he turned his hands over to almost get it there, and that could have been bad in the backfield. But good recovery and got some yards out of it.
So formation now stays the same, except it goes to the other side with Doty and Little split to the top side, and now you've got Kelly in motion going to the top side. A high snap. You just talked about that. Gill's going to keep it himself, and he's going to be tackled for a loss of about 2 yards on the play.
Yeah, high snap. He kind of had to reach up and bobble it and did a good job of just bringing it in and then trying not to lose too much.
Well, the thing with having a quality center like we do with old T-Bone, he gets it back there with some zip, like you would at a next-level type center. And so when it is offline, it's hard to corral. It's hard. Versus, some centers at this level float them back there, and one hand off to the side's not that big a deal. But it came back there with some zip and went right off his palm.
So now we're going to go with 2 running backs in the backfield, one on either side. That's Gideon and Barry. Gill in the shotgun. 2 splits to the top, looking to pass.
He's got a guy.
Plenty of pocket. Throws it over. It's got to be a little bit of pushing off on both of the guys. No call on that one. Pass falls incomplete.
Well, you pulled 2 guys with the center route in the middle of the field, and what you're going to have open is as an outside route on the backside, right? So throw that thing up at deep and let him go make the adjustment to make the catch.
So that brings up 4th down for James Clemens, 4th and 7, as Ortiz comes out to punt. Not the way you want to start the second half with a 12-point lead.
No, not at all.
Kind of wanted to get this one going and enhance the score a little bit. Ortiz with an end-over-end punt, and that's going to take a James Clemens bounce past the 40, rolls past the 35, down to about the 30-yard line is exactly where they're going to spot it. So another good punt there by Ortiz.
And it wasn't the prettiest punt. We've talked about what a good job he's done with those spirals and pinning people in deep. That one was more end-over-end, but because of the end-over-end, he got the roll going downhill there.
And great coverage by our guys, getting down there, shielding off, being on top of the returner, and then downing it.
So Grissom is going to take over on their own 30, 1st and 10, with 10:20 in the third quarter. So 2 splits to the near, 1 to the top side. Running back in motion. That's number 2. He broke one earlier. It's going to be a pass. Look at that on the wheel route right there to number 2, that receiver that we've talked about. I think it's Thompson? No, Taylor, Tristan Taylor. And he just came out of the backfield and was a wheel route. Nobody picked him up.
Yeah, it looked like Gage Olander was the guy that was supposed to be there. The way he reacted, he's got both hands on top of his head like he missed that pickup.
That's a telltale sign of a missed responsibility.
They throw that head back and smack themselves on the head, yeah.
So now we're going to go kind of a trips to the near side, 1 split to the far. Now the running back goes into the motion on the flat, going to throw it right there to the side.
Picked off.
It's intercepted by number 4 for James Clemens, DJ Davis. I thought that was DJ.
23.
No, 23. I see DJ Davis just running like he broke through the finish line.
That one tipped off the receiver's hands. And who's 23? Rose?
Yeah, that's Rose.
Yeah, Rose ends up picking it up.
No, that's Christian Wyatt.
Christian, remember last week we talked about him. That was the first week we talked about Christian much, and now he comes up with a big play on the deflection there.
Yeah, deflection off the receiver's hands, and he takes it. Now we got much better field position, and a really upset offensive coordinator over here wants to get something going.
So the ball's going to be spotted at the Grissom 43-yard line after the interception by Christian Wyatt. I tell you, the numbers are a little difficult to read.
Extremely.
Trips to the near side. Now we're going to put a running back in the backfield along with Gill. So we're going to do a swing pass out to Doty into the flat. Doty's going to cross the 45, try to make one man miss. He's going to be wrapped up and slung down out of bounds for no gain on the play.
Yeah, we lost numbers in a hurry over here. We went from having kind of a man-up, one-on-one blocking scheme to it seemed like there was 4 jerseys around 2 white.
That little sling pass out to the sideline has not been effective tonight like it has been in the past couple of weeks.
No, the timing on it has to be almost spot on for you to have open space, for you to have your blocks set up, for you to get some positive yards out of it. And our timing has not been great in most aspects of our offense.
Trips to the far side, Little, Lively, and Doty. And you've got Barry in the backfield. Barry's going to take the handoff and going to pick up maybe a yard, if that, Brings up third down and long for the Jets.
Have we seen Gill pull a ball all year?
No. Not on a read option.
They're running a read option, right? I mean, that's what it is.
Yeah.
I just wondered, I don't remember ever seeing him pull it, which I know that's not his strength, right? I'm not saying, I just curious. I just don't remember it.
So third and long, it's going to be a long 9. Got to get to the 33-yard line for a first down. So we're going to go 2 receivers to the near. Now Doty goes in motion to the top side. Little split far on the other side. Gill drops back to pass, looking to throw. Pocket protection. Going to dump it off to Barry. Barry's going to try to make a man miss at the 40, but he just couldn't swing himself out of that tackle as he's brought down for a short gain.
Yeah, the guy did a great job of just securing the tackle right there. That's tough because if he can get out of that tackle, we probably have a first down.
So it looks like we're going to go with punt team here. Punt team as Ortiz comes in from the sidelines as the ball is spotted at the 40-yard line. So looking to pin them back deep in their own territory as usual.
It's been that way all night.
Has been the storyline of the night for Grissom. They have not had good field position, which is good.
Oh, no.
Ortiz fumbles the snap. Now he's going to pick it up and run it himself. And we see Ortiz run. He's going to be pushed out of bounds at the 40-yard line, so he makes it to the line of scrimmage, but no more. So this is actually the best field position Grissom has had all night, 1st and 10 from their own 40.
Probably because we just said that they haven't had a good field position all
I know,
night.
and
Kirk's done a good job of jinxing us several times.
I'm going to quit predicting things. I tell you, I've started it off. I said we're not going to kick it into the end zone, and what did he do? Kicked it into the end zone.
Yeah, don't expect much from this kicker here.
So Ortiz unable to pin him back on a fumbled snap and ran it out of bounds. They're going to say he ran out of bounds at the 42-yard line. So 1st and 10, Grissom from their own 42. They're running a couple of people in and out. Now they've got their line the way they like it. So 2 splits to the near, 1 to the far side. Going to be handoff to the running back up the middle. He's found himself a hole, pushes his way forward for 5 yards. 2nd and 5, Grissom, as they make it to the 46.
You know, at times they've done a good job of just kind of gashing us up front and picking up some positive yards, getting themselves in good situations. They've not been able to sustain it, which has probably been the story of their season, not being able to produce consistently.
So 2nd and 5. He's in the pistol. Got a running back behind him. 2 wideouts close to us, 1 to the top side. Snap. Handoff. Running back trying to bounce to the outside. Makes one man miss. Still on his feet. Runs through 1 tackle. Picks up the first down all the way down into James Clemens territory to the 45-yard line. Hey, guys, that's the first time they've had a drive into our territory.
Well, and he did a good job. You looked like he was going to bounce outside right there, and he put his foot in the ground and cut back towards the middle and found some space and got him a good run.
And ran hard.
He did. So that's number 34 for them. That's Jameer Woodruff, the running back for Grissom. 1st and 10 from the 45 of James Clemens. Again, 2 splits to the near, 1 to the far, 1 running back in the pistol. Handoff again, going to give it to Woodruff. He's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and maybe a half a yard on the carry, 2nd and long.
Gosh, I wished I could see numbers better.
I know, it's really hard. I see number 31, Jaden Young, in there on the stop, but I don't know if he was the one who initiated the tackle.
It's funny, we're talking about defense and Tank down there. I ran into his mom downstairs during halftime talking about sitting on this side and how she hates it.
I bet. Got to get rid of it. He throws it up in the air to the man. It's caught.
Was it, though?
I think it got
knocked away. Oh.
Yeah,
they
like
say
the ball's
he
on
caught
the
it.
ground.
No, they say incomplete. Okay. So I tell you what, though, he had to get rid of that because he had a defender in his face and knocked him down, the quarterback.
Well, and the coverage was excellent. I mean, he's got his hand on his hip. He's running with him, both playing the ball, and as the ball came in, I think he just got a hand on it.
When he dropped that ball, it was a nice pass, really.
It's a very good pass.
So 3rd and a long 9 for the Tigers at the James Clemens 45. There's the snap, looking to pass, looking to throw it, got some pressure. Overthrows his intended receiver, brings up 4th down.
Yeah,
that's
not good. He threw in the 5 white jerseys.
Yeah, that's counting them right there.
And somehow missed everybody.
Somehow it did. That ball missed every single person down there.
So it looks like Grissom is going to bring out the punt team to try to pin James Clemens back in their own territory. So we'll see what they do here as Doty comes out to field the punt. Punter's going to stand at about his own 45 with Doty going to the 10. 6:15 remaining in the third quarter. James Clemens, 24, Grissom, 12.
I'd like to see one of those big returns right here.
I would too.
Get some momentum.
He's going to have a
We're
chance
sending everybody, and he just kind of line drives that one, and it's going to take a Grissom roll
Can he get there?
into the end zone.
He could not.
So a touchback, and James Clemens with decent field position to start this drive right here with 6:07 remaining in the third quarter.
You see Ty stand down there and kind of watch it for a minute. He thought, oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Yeah,
oh, good. Oh, good.
That guy got close. He about the 1 yard line. I thought he was going to get to it, and it just had a little too much speed for that Grissom guy to get to it.
And check that moon out.
It's a beautiful moon coming in over the east side of the stadium.
Empty stadium.
The empty side of the stadium.
So, anyway, the play's going to start.
No, you're good. So, under center, I formation. Now we take a step back, look to the sidelines, get the signal. I formation, Gideon and Barry in the backfield. Barry, the fullback. We're going to hand it off to Gideon around the far side. Finds himself a crease, dances to the inside, falls forward for an 11-yard gain. First down, James Clemens.
No, what I was going to say, talking about this whole stand situation and everybody being over here, I was talking to Tank's mom. She's like, we got here and everybody said that we were sitting on the side, so somebody had to have started that today.
Yeah, somebody started it.
And like everybody just thought, oh, they want us to be on this side because every other game we've been here, they've been over there. But I don't know who the first one was, but it got started.
Well, if you want to know where Tank and T-Bone's dads are, they're right down below us with their Tank and T-Bone T-shirts.
That's so good.
So little split to the top side. You got I formation again. Going to do a little counter action to Gideon around the far side. He's got some room. Falls forward again for another 11-yard pickup. Another James Clemens first down.
I don't know if they ever actually got him down on that play. I think the guy hit him around the top of the thigh, and he kind of bowed over.
Ended up out of bounds.
Momentum, but he either ended up out of bounds or they just blew it dead too early. I don't think they got him down.
So we're going to stick with what's working. I formation again, little to the near side. Barry in the fullback. Gideon looks to the sidelines. Not Gideon, Gill. Too many G's.
Well, they both are.
Yeah, everybody actually is looking to the sidelines, except Coleman, smartly. So again, going to hand it off to Gideon. Gideon looking for a crease. Makes one man miss. Can't make the second guy. Loses about 3 yards on that play, all the way back to the James Clemens 42-yard line.
Really good job by their defense right there because it looked like he was going to get a cutback after that first guy missed, and they had some other pursuit coming and gang tackle right there.
That's exactly what I was going to say is he's so used to that cutback being there. That time when he kind of peeked back and looked for it, the backside pursuit was coming, and it wasn't there.
So now we're going to go with a shotgun formation. I thought we were doing like a weird I. Now we're going under I.
Yeah. Barry
and Gideon in the backfield. Gill under center. Going to fake the handoff. Got to get rid of it, and he throws it over to the sidelines and makes the catch. Looks like that is Achenbach.
Yep.
And he does. Gets it to the 45-yard line, but brings up third down and manageable with about 5 yards to go.
Kind of fake the handoff, was going to kind of boot pass out or roll out this side. And when he turned, he had guys coming. He had to get rid of that thing in a hurry. Threw it off his back foot.
But with enough arm strength that he has, and it was a nice pass, and Achenbach brings it down. So 3rd and 5 for the Jets from their own 46.
And Achenbach's a name we've called a lot tonight compared to normal.
Yeah.
Was that 3 catches tonight maybe?
We'll find out. Stretch is keeping up with it.
all over it.
Jeez.
So shotgun formation. Running back to the far side. Now Lively goes in motion. And we're going to streak over to the far side and throw on a rollout pass over to Lively. Falls incomplete. 4th down.
See, that's one of those times we've talked about it since week 1 that Gill's just a little late, just a tick late, getting your foot put in the ground, releasing the football. If that thing comes out earlier as he's setting down on that route, then you got a nice play.
Well, and that's a hard throw going to your left for a right-handed quarterback. Not many people do it well. I think back to Gio, and matter of fact, I watched Gio last night.
Had a game last night.
He's the one guy that we've had that, man, he throws almost better on the run than he did in the pocket. Most people can't do that, and it's tough going away from your arm.
How many touchdowns did he throw last night?
3 and ran for over 100 yards.
Goodness.
Scored at least 1 on the ground.
So Ortiz punts it, and it's going to be fielded and downed Number 15 for James Clemens. We've called that number a lot. I haven't called it a lot. Not Hayden Smith. I was looking at the wrong roster. Miles Taylor.
He's our mellow mushroom guy.
I know. He's our mellow mushroom guy. I'm sorry. Sorry, Taylor parents. As Miles Taylor downs it at the 15. So Grissom back to their old ways, deep in their own territory.
In the shadow
of the end zone.
Of their end shadow.
I fully expect a safety at some point.
You feeling like to have one earlier.
We almost got one when they snapped that ball over his head.
So I'd like to get one here. 3:13 remaining. No score in the third quarter. 24-12 is your score right now. James Clemens on top. So here we go. 2 splits to either side. Running back is alone by himself in the backfield with the quarterback. Going to throw it over into the flat to that quick number 2 receiver, and he fields it and cuts back inside for a nice pickup of about 8 or 9 yards.
There's no doubt Tristan Taylor's their biggest weapon when it comes to big plays. He is quick.
Man, super quick. And that time, like they've done before, kind of slinging it out there, and not quite a jailbreak screen, but he's cutting back underneath those blockers and trying to get to the middle of the field. And it's been effective at times.
And Lieburn, the quarterback for Grissom, has really been on target with those throws over there to Taylor.
Yes.
So trips to the near side. This is a new look. So it's going to be a swing pass out to Taylor again. Taylor's going to make it first man miss. Now he can't make the second one as he's going to be brought down to the 15. So they say that he got a first down on that previous play.
Well, DJ Davis did a great job of hanging on to him and not letting him get loose.
Securing a tackle that time where we've hit him. He's kind of bounced off. He's spun out of arm tackles before. Being shifty that time, there was no getting away from the second effort.
So loss of 2. So now that brings up 2nd and 12. So they were going to make sure he didn't get 10 yards on that reception. So now they're going to go trips to the far side, one to the near, running back behind the quarterback in the pistol. Looks to his wristband. Now he puts the man in motion. And now we have a stoppage on the field. That's the first official stoppage of this half. I guess.
Proud of these guys.
Way to rally at halftime. So it'll be false start against Grissom. That's going to move them back a little bit further.
Back
the
up,
second
Terry.
down.
We don't have that here.
Yeah, we can say it. Back it up, Terry. So here we go. 2nd and long for the Tigers. So they're looking to have 2 wide receivers to the top side, 1 to the near. Now they're going to go 2 on both sides. Now they're going to go trips. Man, they are taking their time getting their adjustments.
They've got all the
empty backfield.
Oh, no.
Ball snapped into the end zone, and we're going to recover it in the end zone.
What did the quarterback just do?
Touchdown, James Clemens.
He was not ready for that snap.
He was not.
But that's not even what I'm talking about. It went into the end zone, and he ran next to the ball and then just stopped and stared at it, like instead of trying to dive on it and take the safety.
Oh, I thought he tried to get down on it.
No, he stopped and stared like he didn't want to get hit by whoever was diving.
So I don't know who recovered that in the end zone. I really want to say it was Miles Taylor, but I saw him come up running, but it was really hard to see who recovered that. I'm sure that Stretch will be able to tell us that.
Stone Cold Chase Austin.
That's it, man. Stretch Austin.
I just want to get his name in there again like you did earlier.
I'm sorry. So with that, James Clemens recovers a fumble in the end zone.
Well, that's got to be a flag, right?
It's got to be offsides on the defense as they were still running people in, and we snapped it. So what do you do here? Move it closer. You go for 2.
Flag on the play.
Yep, offsides because they were still running guys
they had
in.
Guys on our side of the ball running onto the field.
I mean, the extra point was good, but
and you feel for these kids like when you've been getting beat like they've gotten beat. And now this one starts to slip away.
I know.
Like, if you're on that sideline, you're not real locked in. Like, here we go.
No, here we go again.
So that's going to move Ortiz up a little bit closer. Snap, kick, up, good. Minute 39 remaining in the third quarter. Your score, James Clemens 31, Grissom 12. You're listening to Jets football on PAS+.
Whether you have college recruitment or simply memorabilia in mind, let Social Gimmicks capture them with a cinematic highlight reel. Social Gimmicks is redefining Southern sports media with a distinctive flair. Contact Social Gimmicks with a Z online at socialgimmicks.mypixieset.com. Social Gimmicks, the essence of athleticism.
Local sports are brought to you in part by Limestone County Commission Chairman Colin Daly. Visit the County Commission page at limestonecounty-al.gov to keep up with what's going on in the county and find out what ranks us in the top 5% in the state. You can also call Colin at 256-233-6400 or on his cell phone at 256-800-4544.
Welcome back to James Clemens Football on PAS Plus. 31-12 your score. James Clemens on top after a recovered fumble in the end zone to put another touchdown on the board. Now listen, stick around for the postgame show as we'll announce our Mellow Mushroom Player of the Night. Our featured Jet will get a gift card from Mellow Mushroom. So we'll be able to identify that now that we've got Stretch with the stats tonight. Be a little bit easier, I think, guys.
Absolutely.
So Ortiz gets ready to kick off. High end-over-end kick, going to roll into the end zone for a touchback. And Grissom going to start deep in their own territory yet again.
The way that thing bounced, I thought it was going to check up about the 1 yard line and be a scramble.
That would have been awesome. That would have been awesome. So make sure you listen for the in-flight movie quote. We've already said it once. We might say it again. Well, we'll have to, because nobody's texted in. Movie quote for our James Clemens coverage. We'll sneak in a movie quote at some point as part of our play-by-play commentary. If you know what movie it's from, just text your name and the answer to 256-434-1727, and you can win a $10 gift credit or drink credit to Honest Coffee Roasters in Madison.
That'd be so good right now.
I would. A little pick-me-up.
A little pick-me-up. I like some of that.
Go see them right now.
So Stretch seems to think it's Miles Taylor or Tank Ezel. So the handoff to the running back goes nowhere, so it brings second down and long
hit him
for
in
the
backfield
Tigers.
right there. Smoked him right there at the line of scrimmage. Allow myself to introduce myself.
Movie quote. Second down. They actually say he got 2 yards on that. So they're going to hand it off to the running back again. He's trying to go around to the outside. He's going to be slung forward. That's ended up being a positive gain because we slung him forward for about 2 more yards. Still brings up third down and long for the Tigers.
James Holland's in there again. He shot through there like a bullet and got to him in a hurry, but when he slung him, he ended up slinging him forward.
So we got it. Yeah, and it looks like we got that running back is down on the field right now, injured player on this third down. Now listen for the James Clemens Coaches Show every Wednesday morning at 11:05 on 1080 AM WKAC. What we get to do is talk to Coach Chad McGee and get the inside scoop on the Jets. If you miss it, all you got to do is go to WKAC sports page at WKAC1080.com. Click on the James Clemens link to find the archives. You can also download a copy of this game or just go check it out on our archives and listen to it on demand by going to pasplus.net. There's always a streaming schedule of our upcoming games and links to our mobile apps too. What I want to do is take a look at our North Alabama Gas District scoreboard. Right now, Athens 41, Jasper 14 in the fourth quarter. Priceville, tight one right now in East Limestone. Well, I say tight one. It's 36-20. Now Tanner 47, Belgreen 13. That'd be a huge win for Coach Matt Smith over at Tanner. Central Florence 21, West Limestone 7. That's in the third. Austin 43, Albertville 6. That's in halftime. Elkmont 16, Clements nothing. That's a final. Russellville, that's homecoming for Elkmont, by the way. Russellville 24, Ardmore 7 in the third. And right now I'm showing the score for Bob Jones and Florence. Bob Jones 14, Florence 13 in the third quarter.
That's what I've got too.
We also got Sparkman 14-12 over Huntsville right now.
All right.
So another region score there.
Well, yeah, I'm checking at Florence because we're going to see them soon. And then Sparkman, of course, after that. Next week does not matter on our region standings.
Spain Park?
So pass out to the receiver, makes the catch. Nice pass there to number 10, Tim Cole Jr., from the quarterback, Lieburn, and he was on a rollout to the near side and kind of threw away from himself.
Well, that's kind of like the throw we talked about with Gill a while ago. That's difficult, rolling out to your opposite side and trying to throw against that arm. So who is left with a right-hand throw?
So 33 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Grissom trying to make a move here as they get into James Clemens territory. Quick snap. Going to roll out again. He's got a man in his face. He's going to run out of bounds to stop the clock at the 43-yard line of James Clemens.
You know, we talked Tuesday night that in a game like this, you don't necessarily know what they're going to come out with and what they're going to show you. They may have shown it before on film. I don't know. But what they've done the last 2 plays is almost a version of the old Notre Dame box where if you'll watch, you don't necessarily have a quarterback position, right? See how the box forms in the backfield?
Yeah.
Now it's going to look like 3 different handoffs once somebody takes the snap.
It's going to be a little misdirection. Yeah, almost like a little jet sweep underpass to number 21, maybe a little Utah pass, little underhand.
But you've got 3 options back there, really 4 because the quarterback can often run it, right? You can shift that box to the other side and you have a new quarterback. It's a lot of crazy things.
What
you can
year
do.
is this that we've done? Is this year 3 for us?
Yeah. Yes, year 3.
That's the second time I've heard him reference the Notre Dame box.
Well, I don't know who else did it.
No, I mean, he referenced it once before because that's the only time I've ever heard that.
Yeah, but he's saying he don't know which game we.
Oh.
I don't either.
Well, that'll do it for third quarter action. James Clemens with a nice lead, 31-12, heading into the fourth quarter. But Grissom is on the move. When we come back, we'll have fourth quarter action. You're listening to Jets football on PAS Plus.
The Bama Zach Memorial Scholarship has been set up to honor the legacy of Bama Zach Green, a huge fan of the Crimson Tide, along with Limestone County sports. The scholarship will go each year to a male and female athlete from Limestone County. Checks should be made out to Bama Zach Memorial Scholarship and can be sent in care of Garth Garris, 13833 Pinnacle Drive, Athens, Alabama, 35613. Donations can also be made in person at First State Bank of the South at 1319 Highway 72 East in Athens. Thank you for showing your support for local athletes by giving to the Bama Zach Memorial Scholarship. Attention all you James Clemens football fans out there. Play Action Sports and Taziki's Mediterranean Cafe are teaming up to bring you Time Out with Taziki's. Listen to James Clemens football from Play Action Sports, and during the first time out of every game, we'll announce the winner of a chicken dinner for 4 from Taziki's Mediterranean Cafe in Madison. Just go to pasnetwork.net, enter your name, and you may be our next winner. Time Out with Taziki's from Taziki's Mediterranean Cafe and Play Action Sports.
Welcome back to James Clemens football on PAS Plus as we get ready for fourth quarter action. Grissom, third and about 7. And they're doing it again. Going to do a little misdirection right to the fullback. And what they've done, Coach, you called it, what they've done is they've taken Lieburn out as quarterback, and then they've put Tristan Taylor in as the kind of the quarterback with a lot of options.
Oh, yeah. It gives you 4 options back there. It really gives you 4 running backs, 4 guys, 4 weapons that are capable of carrying the football.
Looks like a Notre Dame box.
That's what I was thinking.
It is.
So now they're doing it again. It's the same formation. Taylor is in the pistol, makes a couple of fakes, and now we've locked it down. No gain on that play as a whole slew of white jerseys with jet blue numbers make the tackle.
Well, I know Coach Giddey and Coach McGee are way smarter than me, but just in these 6 plays they run out of this, I would say go to the fullback. He's carrying you the ball every time.
Well, and look, you can't just run this on a whim. This is something they've practiced a bunch.
It takes a lot of
practice. The timing of it.
Yes, it takes a lot of practice.
Well, we talked about it the other night. I was like, you were talking about could come in with different formations. I made the joke about wishbone, but look at what they've done is come in with a different formation in the middle of the third quarter, and now they've run it consistently, but now these past 2 downs, they've lost yardage on it.
Well, have they given it to the outside guy yet?
No.
It's all been inside run?
There's been an underneath. Yes, they did. They did. The fullback was a fake coming across. They faked it to the underneath guy, and then the long guy came around and followed the fullback outside.
So 3rd and 15.
Oh, you're talking about the outside guy, the up back? No, they have not.
So here we go. Same setup. Fake. Now Taylor's going to keep it himself and run to the far side.
And he's a threat.
And he really gets tripped up. Man, I tell you what.
Is that Jay Young?
I want him to turn and just give me some kind of number here. And
he's walking sideways.
A little gingerly. No,
DJ Davis?
That looks to be James Hollins.
DJ Davis, number 4.
It is. I see the 4.
I got you.
Yeah, thank you.
There's not a 1 with that 4.
No, there is not. So DJ Davis with the stop, and I tell you,
shoestring if there ever was.
We all went to it.
There was an extra speck of turf that got under that foot.
I tell you, we saw rubber from the tire, the shredded tires.
And it saved a big play.
Yes, it did.
It did.
Now doing away with the box.
Now going to the pistol. And now he's got to get rid of it. Got to throw it. He throws off his back foot,
What a
makes the
throw.
catch, but he's got to get to the 27-yard line. Does he for the first down?
Oh, yeah.
Man.
Yeah, he got it, man. What a pass.
On fourth down.
Sheesh.
Right? That was fourth.
Yeah.
He rifled that
fourth
ball,
down.
man.
And that receiver was just sitting there on that curl to the sideline.
Well, that's just not an ordinary receiver. That's the
Yeah, no, it's not.
that guy can play.
And Coach,
that going right back to the other. I can't tell
Going
which.
ba-
Yeah,
yeah.
going back to the box.
Yeah.
So Coach Rink said that Grissom has several players on their team that are committed Division I.
Huh.
Did not know that.
Oh, we got heavy right with the box here.
That's mean.
So going to be to the pitch man. Pitch man's going to give it right underneath there to the running back, and he gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more, as he is tackled for no gain. So 2nd down and 10 for the Tigers, but they are in Jets territory, really kind of for the first time tonight like this.
Yeah, you're right. It's the first time they've been able to really sustain any kind of drive and keep something going.
So again, we'll call it the box formation. Fake handoff, giving it to the up man, number 34, Woodruff, and he falls forward for 3 yards. So brings up another 3rd down for the Tigers.
Coach, you brought up earlier that you can't just do this on a whim. You can't draw it up in the dirt. It's the few teams in America who still do that. I'm telling you, it is very rarely seen. The few teams who still do it, it's because it does take so much practice and repetition and the timing of it. And, you know, first of all, you got to have 4 guys that can actually go back there, right? And then they've got to be able to block. They've got to be able to carry out solid fakes. They've got to be able to catch, and they've got to be able to run the football. All 4 of those guys have to be able to do that.
So there's
it's tough.
And there was a penalty flag on that play, and it's a personal foul against James Clemens.
Man, I'm going to be honest.
And that gives them 1st and goal at the 9.
It seems like we've done this every
third
week.
quarter.
The personal fouls.
So doing that same kind of handoff, and he's going to be met in the backfield, tries to go the other way, still finally knocked back past the 15. Ball comes out. Looks like they recover it.
They blew him dead up here.
Yeah, they did. So they're going to say he was down at the 14. So no gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and goal. But now there was no gain because it was a loss. They're going to move him back?
No, they've got him marked there.
Well, I see
the 14.
Yeah, but I see the yard or the down marker over there, which is where the line of scrimmage is. They've still got it at the 9. I've got the other officials at the 14.
I'm trying to figure out who the player is that's down for us over here on the sideline. And of course, we can't see a number.
Oh, I didn't even see a guy down. Where?
Yeah, Jenna and Caitlin came over. They're at
I see it right here on the side.
line.
Yeah, they're out of bounds. So we've got an injury timeout.
Oh, off the field.
Yeah, we got an injury timeout on the field with 8:06 remaining in the ball game. 31-12 your score, and just all kinds of things going on. Jaden Young, that looks to be him.
No, he got the fumble.
He got the fumble. Jaden Young. Okay. So
Can't be throwing it out there mid-sentence. You know, we can't be too much sharing too much information at once.
Yeah, you're pointing.
Well, he is also the one down. He just got up.
He
So
is.
we were right on both fronts.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Are we sure it was the fumble?
It's tough when you're that good, guys. I am in awe of both of y'all.
So Jaden Young with the fumble recovery in the end zone for the touchdown earlier.
And he is also now down and limping off the field.
Yeah, he's having to have some help getting off the field.
Well, I saw our trainers. I saw Caitlin and Jenna come across the field. And
he's walking better now than when he started off, so that's a good sign.
Putting a little bit more weight on it. So Coach McGee going out there to meet him, see what's going on. So now, 2nd down, ball is finally marked at the 14.
Man, that's one we don't need to lose on this defense.
No, it is not.
He's played really well this year.
Well, especially in this territory right here when you're trying
it's kind of a hybrid defensive end linebacker, and it is.
We got several of those.
Yes, we do. So pistol formation, quarterback's going to roll. He dropped the ball, hit his own running back. Now he just throws it up and out of bounds. Smart play there by the quarterback because he was about to be brought down hard.
Yeah, he can't be happy. As he was bringing that ball up in his own hands, he kind of probably bumped the shoulder pads of his running back as he was running behind him. And
I can't decide who went to the wrong place. It was like he was trying to sprint out to his left, but the running back was running to the left and just
kind of
ran into
hesitated.
him.
Yeah.
So 7:51 remaining in the ball game in this 7A Region 4 matchup between the Grissom Tigers and James Clemens Jets. James Clemens comes in with a 2-0 Region 4 record, 3-0 on the season, trying to maintain that perfect record. Grissom trying to get back in the win column. They're 1-3, I believe, on the season so far, or 1-2.
And 0-10 against the Jets.
And 0-10 against the Jets. So we have a timeout on the field. And that's going to be a Grissom timeout. That's their first timeout of the second half. 7:51 remaining in the ball game. 31-12 your score. Let's take a quick break. You're listening to Jets football on PAS+.
North Alabama Gas District has provided safe, reliable, and economical natural gas service to Madison and surrounding areas of Limestone County for over 40 years. However, accidents and leaks do sometimes occur. If you smell odors similar to rotten eggs or notice other possible signs of a gas leak, such as a fire or explosion, a blowing or hissing sound, or blowing dust or bubbling water, leave the area immediately, avoid ignition sources, warn others, and from a safe location, contact us immediately at 256-772-0227. And remember to call 811 before you dig. North Alabama Gas District, we take safety seriously.
Welcome back to James Clemens Football on PAS+. Kirk Pierce, Johnny Johnson, Brad Kimbrough, Tim Lambert up here in the booth at Lewis Crew Stadium, Alabama A&M. Quarterback dropping back to pass. There's a hold right there, but nobody's going to call it. And he's going to sling it over.
Oh, wow.
Caught for a touchdown. I mean,
man, he threw that into a tight window
right there.
Our defensive end, I think it was defensive end or linebacker coming off that side. They just basically grabbed the top of his shoulder pad and pulled him.
And right in front of the referee.
Yeah, everybody's right there.
Well, guys, coming from an old lineman, it ain't holding unless they call it.
Well, yeah, that's true. And there was no hold, so touchdown.
I held probably 90% of the plays I ever played.
Yeah, but not that blatant.
Not very many got called, you know.
They have abandoned the extra point
yeah, we
kick.
said earlier, the smart thing to do is go for two.
So they are going for two, 31-18 right now. Quarterback drops back to pass, throws it to the end zone, picked off, and they're going to whistle it dead, but it is picked off in the end zone.
You can't return that?
You cannot.
No, you cannot.
You cannot.
High school football, you cannot
return a blocked extra point or a 2-point conversion turnover.
That's silly.
You can do that on a field goal attempt, but
that's silly.
Nothing else.
If they throw it to us, we should be able to go to the end zone.
So 7:42 remaining in the ball game. 31-18.
You can run it as far as you want.
Yeah, I mean, keep running.
I'll tell you, Coach Johnson, if you ever pick one off in the end zone, I say you go yards with it.
I need oxygen. I need oxygen about the 50.
Well, look, the good news, the play's going to be dead. You can stop at the 50 and get it to oxygen.
Hey,
and then finish out.
While we've got a minute, you know what I've noticed coming out of breaks?
What?
That we've got Dak Prescott as our producer. Every time we come out of a break, we go, here we go.
He does.
Here we go. All of a sudden, I was having flashbacks.
And that is your Johnny Johnson, Dallas Cowboys sponsored quote of the night.
Reference of
Can't do a broadcast without a Johnny Johnson, Dallas Cowboy reference.
I guess that's
there
true.
We go.
It's not my fault. He's over there going, here we go.
He does that at walk-ons, too.
Yeah.
You know,
here we go.
Here we go. Here we go. Next, you know what he's going to do next? Omaha.
Yeah.
Omaha. Hey. Omaha.
Tim, don't take it personal. You keep doing what you're doing, man.
Just be you, man.
That's
be
it.
you, Wiz.
We're about to kick off. Here we go.
So now Grissom lines up for the kickoff.
Did you just say, you be you, Wiz? The Wizard of Oz.
So, pooch kick.
Oh.
Finally, now onside kick.
Yeah,
little
attempted onside.
Yeah, Little falls on it smartly at the 40-yard line.
Little firm.
That was a little harder for a onside kick, but now James Clemens with good field position, 1st and 10 from their own 40. 7:39 remaining in the ball game, and just continuing on. James Clemens trying to wrap this one up and go 3-0 in Region 4 action. You can enter your name for the Lawlers Fan of the Week at PASplus.net. We'll announce the winner during the post-game show of each James Clemens game. The winner gets a gift card from Lawlers Barbecue, and we'll let you know who that winner is in our post-game show. Man, I could do a stuffed potato right now. I could have one right now.
I went to Lawler's just yesterday.
Did you?
Yes, sir.
I didn't. I'm stockpiling.
I got that strong 2-meat plate with some mac and cheese and potato salad, and I felt like the fan of the week.
So timeout on the field. Coach McGee did not like that setup coming in after the kickoff and then just did not like what they were going to do. So he called a timeout there on the field, his first of the second half.
That's what you want to use them for.
Yeah, I mean,
not for special teams mishaps, not for personnel issues. Use them for when you don't like what's going on out there.
31-18 your score. Guys, I mean, we really, I mean, obviously.
How quickly can we bleed this clock and get out of this ugly game?
That's what I'm saying. I mean, it's
like at this point, just get out of here healthy.
Yeah.
13-point lead. You know, what we wanted was by this time starting to see some reserves, but that's not going to be the case tonight.
Yeah, you're not trying to get a pretty win at this point, man. You want to get out of here. It's over. At the end of the day, nobody's going to care what the score was.
So trips to the far side. New quarterback in there, flicking it out to Doty. Doty going to pick up 8 yards on the carry, and that looked to be Evers on the court in the quarterback slot. A nice zip there on the pass from Evers.
Yeah, looked good right there coming in.
And he's got a little arm strength for a young guy. He can throw the ball around a little bit. He throws the baseball well, too.
So Evers in at quarterback for the Jets. Little and Lively, along with Doty, are going to be split to the near side. Barry in the backfield behind Evers. Now we put our tight end in motion. That's Achenbach. Now we're going to hand it off to Barry. Barry tries to break it to the outside, and he does. Makes a man miss. He's down 30, 20, 15, 10. Touchdown, James Clemens. Cam Barry.
That was almost
from 53 yards.
That was almost just too easy, right? I mean, once he got in the second level, you started to watch it. Not being derogatory, you watch those secondary guys for Grissom kind of look up and go, yeah, that's it.
It looked like he was moving pretty fast.
He was moving, but they looked across the field.
Yeah, I'm not chasing.
I'm not chasing that guy.
So Barry with 2 huge touchdown runs tonight and really having a ball game.
Well, and we talked about when that's the extra point up and good.
Yep, that one's good.
Are you going to break or can I say
No, we can say it. 38-18 is your score.
I'm just thinking this is the first time we've seen Evers this early in a game, and a game that wasn't out of hand or really, really late. Like, it'll be interesting to see if they keep him in there, what he does with this first team. Usually we see him in there, and it's mop-up time, and there's backups everywhere. Like, he's got some arm strength. It'll be interesting to see what they do with him and give him a chance to maybe play a little bit here and show his skill set and kind of where he would fit in with the ones.
So he is a sophomore.
He is.
And so, I mean, so far, I mean, he threw a nice pass out there to Doty. And then, of course, didn't have to do much. Cam Barry did the rest. But handled that first-team offense. So you're right. Looking forward to seeing what the next offensive series does for the Jets with Evers under center if he does come back in the next drive. So here we go. Ortiz getting ready to kick it off again.
That was pretty impressive. He just picked that ball up with no hands. I don't know how he must be a soccer player.
I think he plays a little soccer, don't you?
He just flipped that sucker up and caught it on his ankle.
Maybe he's an experienced hacky sacker.
Ooh, we used to do that back in the day.
You was a hacky sacker?
I mean, like when I was a kid. Like
you kicked it around a little bit?
Yeah.
Didn't really play.
Do people still do
I wasn't
that?
like the dude in the beanie and the beard and long hair, that guy. But
weren't that guy, huh?
Is that stereotypical? Sorry.
Carrying a skateboard and a hacky sack.
Is that the word, beatnik? I don't know. I was thinking more like elementary school. We had one.
Tim's over here laughing.
Tim probably had one.
Back before his time, too.
No, Tim had a pole vaulting pole and a skateboard and a hacky sack.
Tim over here playing that jazz. So that's going to be fielded at the 4 by Grissom. Finds himself a crease down the sidelines to the 40. One man to beat. And that man did not. Well, Ortiz was able to slow him up.
Ortiz is a football player, guys.
Turned him back in.
He did, and finally brought him down at the 50-yard line. So a good return there by Grissom to get some more field position here, starting down at their own or at the 50-yard line on their side of the 50, if you will.
Not in the shadow of their own end zone.
Which has been an odd thing for them. So here we go, 7:07 remaining in this ball game. 1st and 10, Grissom from the 50. Trips to the far side, one to the near. Running back, Woodruff to the right of Lieburn. So they have completely abandoned that little Notre Dame box, whatever you called it, Brad.
Well, I wouldn't say completely.
So Seaburn going to throw it over to the flat to the man.
Yeah,
it's going to be a hold
flag
there.
on that. Well, it's going to be a block in the back.
Yeah.
And he waited a long time and eyed that one receiver, and then finally throws it out there, and there's nothing his buddy could do except block the guy in the back.
Or let him get smoked.
Or olay and let your buddy get killed,
So good return or good reception there by the receiver, number 21, Washington. And that's going to come back because of the block in the back.
Man, y'all could hear the band a while ago. They sure sound good. It's good to see them after last week,
Missed them last week.
Yeah, they just didn't get to see the band perform last week.
So they did
Homecoming.
Well, I had homecoming.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. But they did perform Elvis, and they always bring it each and every week.
They do.
So now with that penalty, going to move them back.
I'm glad they're here. They're the only people on our side.
Well, I mean, there's a smattering of spectators over there.
Smattering?
Smattering?
Dang. Yeah, last week we had a ooch of rain, too.
A what?
An ooch.
I missed that one.
6:58 remaining in the ball game. 38-18, 20-point lead for the Jets. In a game that started out ugly but is slowly finishing better for the good guys. So first down, sling pass out to number 2. That's Taylor. Taylor tries to make a man miss, does, but the rest of the Jets come in and finish the job. A little extracurricular activity there, some pushing and shoving. No
pushing and
flag.
shoving.
Allow myself to introduce myself. There's 62 people over there, by the way.
Did you
just counted everybody?
62. Not counting the
that's
band.
not counting the band, yeah.
From that skinny section next to the band, over 62.
And you counted the 3 at the top?
Oh, I got them.
And those 2 on the far end?
Got them. They're holding hands over there all by themselves.
What about the ones in the tunnel?
Are they in the tunnel?
And
I figured that was part of the band.
See the front row down there?
Oh, I didn't get the front.
Yo.
So second down and 21 for the Tigers. Ball at the 39-yard line, or their own 39. Quarterback tries to make something happen as he rolls out to the far side, throws it out to his receiver. He catches it. About a 4-yard pickup there. Still brings up third down and long.
I wished I was a part of the halftime speech. Whatever Coach McGee or Coach Gideon said to our defense, our pursuit has been 10 times better in the second half. I mean, we run to the football. Like we've seen in the games prior to this, our kids are running to the football with authority in the second half.
And that's what we've been used to seeing from them, right? That's been the norm.
Yes.
So 3rd and 15 for the Tigers. Ball at their own 45-yard line. They're going to go 2 splits to both sides, running back in the backfield to the right of the quarterback. He's going to roll out to the near side, throws off his back foot, out of bounds. Clock stops with 5:22 remaining. Brings up 4th down.
Was under a lot of pressure right there.
So good defensive blitz call there by Coach Gideon. To our left in the box next to us. It is kind of, I know, seeing them, they get a little animated. Well,
you do. Yeah, you do.
I've seen Coach Truitt get a little bit more animated than Coach Gideon.
Well, and Coach Johnson's got a good point. Coach Gideon's got probably 10, 12 years on Coach Truitt and has children, a lot more life experience. Coach Truitt's fiery. He's enthusiastic. He's animated for sure.
Well, if offensive coordinator, you want every play to be the scoring play.
Yeah, we're scoring on every play.
So Tigers are going to punt. Line drive punt. It's going to take a Grissom roll. Doty was going to field it, and it's going to roll out of bounds deep at the 15-yard line of James Clemens. So 1st and 10, James Clemens from their own 15.
We've got a buddy who's sending Coach Johnson history and info on the Notre Dame box, and then
and now I'm just trolling.
Yeah, Coach Johnson started trolling him with who is Curly Lambeau. So now we're getting text on the history of Lambeau Field.
Which we talked about a little bit the other night.
Did we?
Podcast.
That's right, we did, because Tim's a Green Bay guy.
He is a Green Bay guy.
We talked about Bart Starr and Max McGee and Jerry Kramer. And
remember, I went to Ray Nitschke's
bar. That's right.
I had that big chimichanga. I couldn't finish it. So 5:10 remaining in this ballgame. 38-18. James Clemens. Evers is back in at quarterback. He's got 1 split to the near side, 1 to the far side. But he's now under center. It's going to be a jet sweep to Doty. Doty makes the first man miss. Tries to make the second. Trying to do some dancing. And then falls forward. Gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
and maybe gets they're not going to give him a yard. So no loss on the play, but no gain either. So 2nd down and 10 for the Jets.
He did a lot of running for no gain.
Yep. So they had that jet sweep kind of locked in, and now Evers looks over to the sidelines. It gets the formation he likes. Looks like Doty and Little are going to come near side to us. So Berry in the backfield, directly behind Evers. Evers in the pistol. So both tight ends go in motion to the far side. Now one comes back. Going to hand it off to Berry. Berry finds himself a hole, pushes forward, keeps those legs moving.
He does do a great job at that.
Yeah, about 6 yards on that carry. I tell you, he was low, and all I saw were his legs just pushing forward, and a good gain there by Berry as he picks up 6 yards, brings up 3rd down and a long 4 for the Jets. Got to get to their own 26-yard line for a 1st down. Clock under 4 minutes remaining in the ball game. 2 splits to the near, 1 to the far. Now Doty comes into the backfield as Berry lines up to the left of Evers. Now we're going to hand it off to Berry around the far side. Looks like he's breaking another one. And he's down the sidelines, finally shoved out of bounds at about the 49-yard line. There's the penalty flag because he was already out of bounds when he took that shove. So
a little frustration right there.
I think so. Tack on some extra yardage. 1st down, James Clemens.
Well, and look, I don't know, Coach, if you've ever had one of those teams, but when you just can't get things going or you have some success but it doesn't culminate in wins and you might can get everybody through a tough year. When you follow that up with another tough year, it's really hard to get those kids to stay in and bought in all the time. And it's tough to finish games. It's tough to get it together.
And they've had lots of tough years.
They have. They have.
So
on the football field. Now, other sports, not so much.
So they're going to mark the ball at the Grissom 49-yard line. So 1st and 10, James Clemens with 3:38 remaining. So as we mentioned before, Grissom's 0-10 against James Clemens all time. So now Achenbach goes in motion. Now Evers looks swing pass out to Doty. Doty's got some blockers, tries to bounce it to the outside, now cuts to the inside.
Good play.
Now running, dancing past the 40, down to the 35. There's a penalty flag right there.
I want you to look about the 30-yard line. You're not going to be able to see it now. Evers has sprinted all the way down the field and was at the 30 blocking.
He's ready to block.
So penalty flag comes in late.
You think that young man wants to play?
I know he wants to play.
I mean, he sprinted all the way past Doty and had a block going when he broke loose right there.
So that was a nice pass out to Doty, and timing was really well done there by Evers. So here's the official with the call. Personal foul against James Clemens. Remains 1st down, so we're going to repeat 1st down. So talking to our receivers about the personal foul, so it's going to move us back, but doesn't take away the fact that Evers zipped that out there to Doty on a dime, and Doty made some people miss to get that 1st down, but now it's going to come back.
And a really good run after the catch by Ty Doty.
So ball goes back to the original line, well, just about a half a yard short of the original line of scrimmage. So it's at the 50 now. Because now we're going to have Lively split to the near side. Little goes to the far side. Evers, pistol. Berry behind him. So we're going to hand it off to Berry. Berry tries to find a hole, makes the first man miss, gets back to the line of scrimmage. So picks up a yard on that, brings up 2nd and 10 for the Jets with 3:17 and counting remaining in the ball game.
Well, they're back to just stacking the box and daring us to throw the football. And right now we're committed to the run to keep the clock going and get out of here.
Yeah, and we kind of had that conversation about Evers and getting him in there and letting him do some things just to see what he can do. But you're also at that point in the game now where you want the clock to run. You don't want to complete passes.
Yeah,
don't take too many chances.
Don't stop the clock.
Was it Bryant said only 3 things can happen when you throw the ball and 2 ain't good?
That's exactly what he said.
Who's that?
Now Evers jumps.
They named a field after him.
Or the stadium. So they give it to Gideon. Gideon's got a hole inside. Runs over a defender, makes another man miss, still on his feet, finally slung down at the 17-yard line. Huge gain there by MJ Gideon, dodging and weaving his way through and running over people like a bull.
Listen, when you come to tackle one of our backs, you better bring some support.
You better pack a lunch because it's going to be, you're going to be there all day.
Everything you got.
All day.
You don't go in there half committed.
All day.
And that's exactly what happened. They thought they were going to stand in front of him and grab on and hope he fell, and he did not.
Yeah, they're going to ride him down.
So timeout on the field. Grissom calls their second timeout with 2:22 remaining in the ball game. We're going to take a quick break as well. 38-18 your score. Jets on top. You're listening to James Clemens Football on PAS+.
We know you want to look good. Chopping Blades Barbershop knows it too, and they're passionate about making their clients look great. Men, women, kids, doesn't matter. You can just walk on in their location at 7985 Highway 72 Suite 2 in Madison or call 256-325-3230. Check out Chopping Blades on Facebook too. Chopping Blades Barbershop.
Welcome back to Jets Football on PAS+. 38-18 your score as we come out of timeout. Let's take a look at our North Alabama Gas District scoreboard. Serving Madison, Muscle Shoals, and Town Creek. Always call 811 before you dig. Florence 16, Bob Jones 14 in the third quarter. Austin 50, Albertville 6 in the third quarter. Athens 50, Jasper 20. That's a final. And Russellville 38, Ardmore 7. That's a final. That's your North Alabama Gas District scoreboard. Always call 811 before you dig. Oh, Sparkman 14, Huntsville 12.
Got to get them region scores in.
Hey, I tell you, man, those are some close games right now in the region.
I don't understand that. Earlier it was 14-13. Oh, that was a Bob Jones Florence.
That's Bob Jones Florence.
Got it.
So Evers has Gideon and Barry in the backfield with him. Going to hand it off to Gideon again. Gideon trying to find a crease. Hurdles a man. Still on his feet. Pushes his way forward to the 10. Brought down short of the first down marker by about 3 yards. But a nice run there again as he hurdled a defender.
He didn't just hurdle one. He ran through 2 or 3 arm tackles. And just, I mean, they both do a great job of just keeping those feet turning, keeping those legs burning. And, God. These are tough backs.
It's fun to watch. It really is.
And Coach Johnson's alluded to it a few times. We've talked about it. But if we can get our passing game going with Little, Lively, Doty, and then work Achenbach in there, I mean, it's going to be a very tough offense.
So now Gideon goes in motion. Evers, swing pass out to Gideon. Gideon tries to make a cut, spin to the 10, still on his feet, fights his way forward, past the first down marker to the 6-yard line. First down Jets. Come on, MJ, show us what you got.
You asked him about his vision the other night and where it came from. He just said, I don't know, I just go. I just go. That time right there, he danced knowing a second defender was coming. He waited till the second defender got on his hip and then spun off the strength of those 2 defenders. That's not something that you just – I mean –
that's not a practice. You don't do that in practice.
Don't do that. I mean, that's the guy instinctively is a pretty good football player.
So we're right at a minute and counting in the ball game, 38-18.
That's
your
something,
score.
That's something you see an NFL veteran
absolutely
do, or a fifth-year college guy who's had tons of carries. Not a sophomore who's in his 4th varsity game.
So play clock to 10 seconds as Coach McGee is going to let this clock continue to run. No sense in trying to do anything else as this win is sealed.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of getting the clock to hit zeros. And now James Clemens calls another timeout to stop the clock with 35 seconds. He didn't want to take a penalty there. And so calls the timeout. And we got 35 seconds remaining in the ball game. But, guys, what a 1-2 punch, Barry, Gideon.
We talk about them every week. I mean, these guys carry our offense, and they can do it with Gill at quarterback. They can do it with Evers at quarterback. They do a great job. And, of course, it's not all them. I mean, we've got to talk about our offensive line. Our offensive line does a good job. And, look, in that first quarter, nobody did a great job.
Right, no.
I mean, nobody did a great job. Defensively, we kept putting a few stops together, but other than that, we didn't put anything on the board and couldn't sustain a drive. But
you know who did a good job in the first quarter?
Ortiz.
Yes, he did.
I mean, Ortiz. That would be the one guy, right?
Special teams MVP.
Yeah.
So coming into tonight's ball game, we talked about this in the pregame show. Gideon has 7 touchdowns in 3 games. Several of those are just huge breaks. But tonight, Cam Berry has been the one breaking the long runs. Now, Gideon's still running hard and breaking some runs.
Chunks.
He just hadn't been able to find his way into the end zone. And now, coming out of the timeout with 35 seconds left, 1st and goal from the 6. So we're just going to go ahead and go into the win because you can see Lively lining up at about the 20. So we're going to down, and Evers takes the snap and downs the ball as we're at 30 seconds and counting, and that should wrap up the ball game. Shouldn't have to do another snap.
Need one more.
No, you don't because they reset the clock now.
Oh, they just reset it.
Yep.
Yeah, they haven't reset the play clock.
I got you. I was just looking at it wrong.
So your final score, James Clemens 38, Grissom Tigers 18. Another Region 4 win for the Jets, 3-0 in Region 4 action. And that's a nice win. Started off ugly, but a nice win. Well, let's take a break. When we come back, we'll have our post-game talk and also give away a few gift cards tonight and also talk to Stretch and get our final stats. You're listening to Jets Football on PAS+.
One of the worst feelings you can have is that of being stranded. Well, BT's Towing, Tire, and Truck Repair makes that a thing of the past with 24/7 towing services and roadside assistance in the northern Alabama and southern Tennessee areas. But that's not all. They also offer truck and trailer repair, mobile welding, brake service and repair, new and used tires, and other major and minor repairs. Their name says it all. BT's Towing, Tire, and Truck Repair. For 24/7 response, call 497-8234. That's 497-8234. BT's Towing, Tire, and Truck Repair.
Athens Utilities comprises Athens Electric, Athens Gas, and Athens Water Services. Together, we are committed to providing reliable and affordable electricity, natural gas, and water and wastewater services. We operate as part of the City of Athens, and just like our city's motto of Athens is classic, Southern, character, we believe in supporting what makes our community special. And that includes local sports. Call 233-8750. Come by our office at 508 South Jefferson Street or look for the link online at athensal.us.
Mellow, a state of mind, a culture, a way of being, and the philosophy behind Mellow Mushroom Pizza Bakers. Since 1974, their mission has been to provide delicious food in a fun and creative environment. The originators of hand-tossed, stone-baked classic Southern pizza, Mellow Mushroom makes their pies with high-quality, fresh ingredients to elevate the dining experience. So mellow out at Mellow Mushroom, a higher order of pizza in Huntsville at 470 Providence, Maine, and 2230 Cecil Ashburn in Jones Valley. Stick around after local high school football coverage this season as we announce our Lawlers Fans of the Week. Just go to PASnetwork.net and register. Then listen during the postgame show of each regular season game as we pick the winner of a $20 gift card from Lawler's Barbecue. The next fan of the week could be you from Lawler's Barbecue and Play Action Sports.
Welcome back to James Clemens Football on PAS Plus as Dak Prescott brings us back into live action.
Here we
go. Final score, 38-18. James Clemens with the big win tonight in Region 4 action against Grissom here at Alabama A&M University Lewis Cruz Stadium here on the campus of the Bulldogs as Grissom, the home team, and we had to come over here all dressed in white with the jet blue pants tonight and numbers. But another solid offensive performance after the first quarter.
Yeah, we definitely drug there during the first quarter, but we got to being who we are, right? We got behind that offensive line. The 2 running backs kind of picked up pace and really found some holes and chunk yardage, but then a couple big plays as well, especially the one from Canberry, for the long one. How you got the yardage on that big run?
Hey, you know what? I can get it really quick. I can look over my
Stretch,
shoulder.
what you got?
Somebody say stats.
Say it.
Longest run from Canberry, I have a 45-yard touchdown.
45-yard touchdown
That's
run.
the one I was looking for.
Yep,
Somebody
and he also had
stats.
He had a couple of long touchdown runs and just Cam Berry had a really good night tonight, along with MJ Gideon. Didn't find his way into the end zone, but still was able to track a lot of yardage. As I'm going to hand over the headset, but you guys talk amongst yourselves.
Talk to myself.
Talk about the offense a little bit.
I'm glad you introduced yourself earlier.
Introduce myself.
Well, I mean, look, Coach, leaving here tonight, Grissom and Coach Dutton, they're going to feel like they definitely should not have given up 38 points the way we were playing. On the flip side, Coach McGee's going to feel like we should not have given up 18 points to Grissom.
And you could watch those coaches leave the box over here not happy.
Not happy.
We got out of here with a win. You're 3-0 in the region, but nobody should leave here satisfied.
No, and we talked about it last week. We talked about it getting prepared for it tonight. It's a trap game, and we started out sluggish. We started out slow. Just thankful we got the momentum going, and like you said, we got back to who we are in the second, third, fourth quarter. Made things happen. Most importantly, we're done with it, and we're done with this game, and we got another region win getting ready for next week.
Did somebody say stats?
Did
Stretch.
somebody say stats?
Stretch. Fire us off some game leaders. Who helped us out tonight get this W?
For starters, starting QB Jacoby Gill, 10 for 20 in the passing game, 101 yards, a touchdown, and a pick, as well as 3 carries for 4 yards and a rushing touchdown. Leading running back, Cam Berry, 11 carries for Cam Berry, 140 rushing yards and 2 rush touchdowns, as well as a catch for 3 yards. MJ Gideon, 14 carries for 100 yards and a catch for 29. On the receiving end, leader Ty Doty, 3 catches for 32 yards and a touchdown, as well as 3 carries for 9 yards. Going over, we have A.J. Little with a catch for 9 yards, Alex Lively a catch for 14, A.J. Kelly a catch for 2, and Isaac Achenbach 2 catches for 15 yards. Going over to the defensive side, Jaden Young, 3 tackles, a tackle for loss, and the fumble recovery for the touchdown in the third quarter. We also have Bryson Dowdell with 4 tackles, a pass breakup, and an interception. Christian Wyatt with 2 tackles and an interception. DJ Davis with 5 tackles and 2 tackles for loss. All around more tackles with Miles Taylor, Rashad Freeman, Mason Rose, Hayes Harrison, Tank Ezel, and James Hollins. And over on the kicking side, can't forget 5 for 5 on extra points and a field goal for Anthony Ortiz.
Mr. Efficiency there, Anthony Ortiz, man.
Looking at region play, do we want to talk about that?
Throw it out there, Coach. Region play is important.
And right now I got a final 14-12 Sparkman over Huntsville. But the big surprise right now, we got 50-6 Austin over Albertville. But right now in the fourth quarter, Florence is up 23-20 on Bob Jones.
23-20. That's a tight. Well, I mean, both of those teams have good defenses, right? I mean, we're counting on them having good defenses. That's what we know. We've already seen Bob Jones. Think about the defensive battle we were in Florence last year.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you're right. I mean, that was a tough game. But anyway,
well, if you look at what we've got coming up, I mean, next week is a non-region matchup. It's actually we're going to play 6A Spain Park, but let me tell you, Spain Park is not something to laugh at. I mean, that is a team that, and Coach McGee talked about it in the podcast earlier in the season when I think it was our first podcast when we talked about his out of conference schedule or out of area schedule. What did he want to do? And he wanted to try to match up with those Birmingham teams that are pretty similar in that area, because you could potentially see some of those like we have with Hoover past couple of years in the playoffs.
Well, and I'm going to be honest with you. I haven't talked to our kids about it. I hadn't talked to our coaches about it. But I feel very confident that Spain Park had something to do with this game. They all know what's going to coming up next week, and they all know, looking at film, that we're the better team walking in here tonight. So how much are we already thinking player-wise? I mean, I know coaches trying to get those kids focused, but how much were we already thinking about? That's a big game. We know it's non-region, but that's still a big game, and that would be a huge win to notch under your belt.
Well, and I may be beating a dead horse at this point. We've got to do something in the air.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or we're going to run into a team like a Spain Park next week, later in the year with Austin or Florence, or you get in the playoffs and you're crossing with those Birmingham teams or wherever. We go south, I think, this year instead. But you're going to have to get some kind of threat in the air to take the pressure off those running backs, because not every team is going to give up yardage like we're getting right now to those running backs. And hats off to the running backs in the line, like we said. I mean, MJ put up another 100-yard night.
Sure.
And obviously Barry had the big night. But at some point, the passing game has to be a factor.
Oh, sure. And here's the other thing. When you look at our schedule, we've only got 2 more home games at Madison City School Stadium. You've got Spain Park next week, and then on the 18th of October, we welcome Austin, which is a huge region win. But after Spain Park, we go to Florence. We go to Sparkman. And then we kind of wrap up the season on October 25th with Albertville, and then on the road to Homewood, which is another 6A school, but nothing slouch to look past. And so our schedule, getting to this point, it's like Coach Gideon talked about in the podcast the other night, where all the distractions are out of the way.
Yeah. Now
it gets tough.
Yeah, let's go play football.
I mean, it really does.
But, this is our first – we talked about earlier, this is our first road game this year. There's a lot of kinks and jitters and things that you work out being on the road for the first time. Just unfortunate for us, it's week 4 or game 4,
Sure.
week 5, and game 4 that we actually go on the road. So, man, chalk this one up to a bunch of things, and it's over with, and we got the dub.
Yeah, absolutely. And I was going to say, I talked to one of our players last night when I was at Liberty Middle School. I'm not going to tell you who it is, but he was talking about, he's got he's hurting, and talked about that bye week early in the season. Sure would have been nice to have a bye week about right now.
Yeah, and everybody wants that bye week either middle of the season or toward the end of the season to try and get healed up and get ready for a playoff run. In our situation, that's tough because you're going to go nonstop.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, there's no more breaks from this point on. So, what should have been a week to get some other guys opportunities and get a little bit of rest didn't pan out for us tonight as they turn the lights out on us.
Well, they really are, but they're all about you getting out of here, aren't they?
You ain't got to go home, but you got to get out of here.
I hope the elevator ain't closed off.
I do too. Well, that seems like a good cue for us to start giving away some gift cards, guys.
Let's do it.
Well, all you got to do is enter your name for the Lawlers Fan of the Week at PASplus.net. What we get to do is announce the winner during the post-game show of each James Clemens game. The winner gets a gift card from Lawlers Barbecue, and tonight's winner is, as Tim brings it up, Marcel Leopard. Congratulations, Marcel. You
That's
are
a cool
our
name.
I know it is.
Marcel Leopard?
Yes, Marcel Leopard.
I'm in on that.
So he gets a gift card from Lawler's Barbecue. Go enjoy a stuffed baked potato on Lawler's or us. I don't know. But you're our winner. Congratulations, Marcel. You get a gift card to Lawler's Barbecue. Now, guys, post-game show, we always announce, excuse me, as I get choked up. This is emotional for me. We announce our Mellow Mushroom Player of the Night. And our featured Jet will get a gift card from Mellow Mushroom. So the past 2 weeks, we've had a defensive player. But tonight, I think we got to deviate a little bit and go back to the offense. So, guys, our offensive player, our Mellow Mushroom Player of the Week is Cam Berry.
Cam Berry.
140 yards on the night, 2 touchdowns, big runs, and just continues to dominate when he gets the rock.
Well, and we could have given it to him any week. Between him and, I mean, legitimately, so far this year, we could have given him and MJ every week. But we've had some other defensive guys, and it's fitting that Berry did it tonight because he had the bigger night of the 2 backs as far as stats are concerned. But, those 2 guys have been the workhorse, and Berry broke that big 45-yarder and just, man, he just sets the tone back there.
I'm anxious to see what Coach McGee does this week. He's obviously got 2 quarterbacks that can play next Friday night, hopefully against Spain Park. So we'll see what's going on. And curious to see.
Are you throwing that out there?
No, I am. I mean, you got.
We're trying to go into a big non-region game, and Kirk's starting a quarterback controversy.
No, there's no controversy. I'm saying you've got 2 options there. I'm going dual quarterback. That's what I'm doing.
All right.
Well, now let's. I'm not.
Hey, let's put it in the Notre Dame box.
Let's don't fuel it. We'll put it in the Notre Dame box.
No, there's no fuel there. I'm not trying to say anything.
But if you are going to find out anything about him, this would be the week to do it because it's a non-region game.
Yes,
absolutely. So you've got options there for next week. So
you heard it here first from Kirk Pierce.
See, I don't
Captain Kirk Pierce.
I can't wait to bring Coach McGee on the podcast Tuesday.
I do not want that.
Start talking quarterback controversy.
I do not want that action in my inbox.
First question.
KIRK.
I do not want that action. I'm just saying you've got 2, just like you've got running backs, you've got 2 quality quarterbacks, and it could give the other team something to think about.
Again, as at Kirk Pierce.
Hey, final score, 38-27, 26-18. James Clemens with the big Area 4 win. Congratulations to James Clemens on their first road win victory of the season. Join us next week at Madison City School Stadium as Spain Park comes to town. We'll have the broadcast right here, 7 p.m. Kickoff is at 7 p.m. at Madison City School Stadium, and we'll bring that to you. Hey, anything else y'all want to just throw me under the bus or anything y'all want to do? Back it up.
I was just hoping we get a final on that Bob Jones.
I was hoping the same so we could broadcast that to you, but
still 23-20 in the fourth quarter. For Bob Jones.
Could only hope.
Yeah.
So looking forward to next week. There's no place like home.
No place like home. Well, that'll wrap it up for us. For Coach Johnson, Coach Kimbrough, for Tim Lambert, for Stretch Austin back there. I see you. I'm Kirk Pierce. Thanks for tuning in. Be safe, and we'll talk to you on Tuesday night at the Wingman Podcast. Actually, not looking forward to that now. Thanks, guys. You've been listening to Jets Football on PAS+.
You've been listening to James Clemens Football on PAS+. Listen to the archive of this game or past ones by going to PASplus.net. James Clemens Football is a production of the PAS Network.